Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Your shoulders. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your shoulders. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Try to relax your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Your shoulders. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your shoulders. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Your anus. Your anus. Your shoulders. Your anus. Your shoulders. Your anus. Your shoulders. Your anus. Your shoulders. Try to your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Your shoulders. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your shoulders. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Try to relax your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Your shoulders. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your shoulders. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Your anus. Your anus. Your shoulders. Your anus. Your shoulders. Your anus. Your shoulders. Your anus. Your shoulders. Try to relax your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Your shoulders. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your shoulders. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Try to relax your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Your shoulders. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your shoulders. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your anus. Your anus. Your anus. Your shoulders. Your anus. Your shoulders. Your anus. Your shoulders. Your anus. Your shoulders. Try to relax your anus. Your shoulders.
Oh yeah, we've like been over 200 people for a bit. I'm just really stoned as hell and forgot to turn on the camera.
Try to relax your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your shoulders.
Oh man. Tonight is gonna be a night. It's gonna be a night. Shut the fuck up, Bert. We got breaking Philip Burnell news. Apparently he's quite angry at me for watching a video that I didn't make. I mean, yeah, I upset him. There's a valuable lesson Phil needs to learn from all this, and I'll discuss that after we watch. We'll wait till we get to 500 people. If I had to know it was going to be that kind of party, I've stuck my cock in the mashed potatoes. That could actually, depending how last time you showered, that could make it like a Parmesan flavor. Got a PS5, picked up purple plates for. The purple plates may be a pickup of mine. Usually I'm not into purple, but that purple, it's luscious. I like the blue. Like, I got these, like, when I made that video where I did, like, the ultimate PS5 setup, it was actually, they're pretty cool. They were, like, no-name brand plates that are built pretty solid, and they're, like, a matte blue color. I like it, but for some reason, the purple is alluring me. I don't even know how the fuck I'm going to be in the frame of mind to stream tonight. Oh, man. Did you know Sega used masturbation to advertise the Game Gear? I'm dead serious. Game companies in the 90s. Was it here or in Japan? I can picture that in Japan. Maybe. Oh, who knows? It was the 90s. Everything was disgusting. I have chickens. They dislike water, so they take dirt baths. They bury themselves in dirt and rub it off to clean their feathers. It's entertaining. Do I need to put, like, dirt on the table for you then? Is that what you're saying, you fucking birds? We're going to go on a wild ride tonight, boys. Glad you're streaming tonight. I've been having a horrific week. I'm very sorry. Yeah, I'm going to make a video on that. I think that's more worthy of making a video on, Lee. Important enough, I mean. Chantel, how are you? I see you in the, want to make you a mod. I know I sure as hell I could trust you. NYC Batista, why are you not a mod either? What is wrong with me? Why is Chantel and NYC Batista not mods yet? I should fire myself right now. How are you? Also, breasts. Freedom Tower. The breasts are with you. Rar Dakota, I'm sorry you're having an awful week. Trust me, I can relate how that is. Asked my crush out today on a date, and she agreed. Holy, I was so nervous, but 100% worth it. Glad I said something rather than nothing. You always fail everything you never take a risk with. Is that the right way to say it? NYT Mom, we got MILFs in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. It's always a party when the MILFs are in the chat. How are you? Sega did it here. Also, Nintendo used bondage to advertise the Game Boy Color. Remember there was that video where, like, the dude barfed? And I think it was for Yoshi's Island or some shit like that. Yeah, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Exactly. I tried to word it as best I can as being as stoned as I can right now. I'm trying here. DSP's Gin Night. You also should be a mod. DSP's Gin Night. I know I've said your name 1,000 times before, but Gin and Jasper. Gin and Jasper. I missed your super chat. Oh, I've missed the super chats already. YouTube. I know. I said I'm going to make an actual dedicated video on that. I read that. Glad you're so... Good evening, Rich Sega. So, Jesus Christ. Would I consider a rich and... I would do a podcast with Phil. I think it would actually be pretty entertaining. I just know he won't do it. Is this Alex Burnell with Phil Jones and the Birds? Alex Burnell with Phil... That sounds like a band from the 60s. Phil Jones and the Birds. Quinn, how are you? The Ioneo Air. Okay. I've seen reviews of it, so now I can talk a little bit about it. I'm going to do a review too. I have very high hopes for Aya Neo as a whole, as a company. Very high hopes. I have high hopes that with the Aya Neo 2, with the Ryzen 7 6800U, which is going to have the RDNA 2 graphics on there, it's going to have 12 compute units, is going to be a monster. I really think they have very exciting products, and they're even going to have the Aya Neo Next 2, I think, whatever the fuck they're going to call it, where it's going to have dedicated graphics, and it's going to be interchangeable dedicated graphics. I am behind Valve. I think the most promising company with these kind of handheld gaming PCs is Aya Neo. I think they're going to do better than GPD. I think they're going to do better than 1X. I genuinely do think that. But Aya, your software, the Aya Space software, is not ready to go. I have been very patient with it. It sucks. It is unstable. I had to uninstall it. And now the LEDs work perfect around both of the analog sticks. But now I had to uninstall the software. Only one of them is lit up because I can't control it unless you have Aya Space installed. Tried to reinstall a clean, uninstalled and reinstalled Aya Space clean to see if it worked better. Now it just doesn't load. Aya Space needs a lot of work, which is an understatement. Anyway, shout out to Birds. Sega did it here. Also Nintendo. So is the Alex Burnell. I answered that. If you were to do a pure talk streaming, what would you talk about? I would talk about birds. I would talk about birds and having a small penis. Hey, Dad, can I get This Is Your Life, No Daddy, No, an intro for it? Yes.
This is your life now.
No, Daddy, no.
Yes, David Bruce. I remember those Cord Nuts ads. And yes, we will watch them. Bird is the word, Rich. You know it to be true. I don't know. Can you tell my wife, Courtney, I'm sorry? Victor is sorry, Courtney. Victor is sorry. He is very sorry. Is Dickers feeling better today? I wasn't feeling bad yesterday. The happening of May 1st. Phil is a very interesting man. I know, like, Lightside Paul, shout out to Lightside Paul. He's just like, just ignore it completely. But I need to, I really, he's such a fascinating creature, Lightside Paul, that I just don't understand how someone, he's like the nicer version of Quantum TV. He's not like Quantum TV in any way, shape, or form. I know he said that stupid racist shit recently, but you get my point. But he just keeps running into the wall. And it's like, Phil, stop running into the wall. There's a wall right there. There's not a wall right there. Oh, fuck, I ran into a wall. Phil, there's a wall there. Oh, there's no wall. Phil, there's... Oh, okay, he hit it again. Phil, I said 6 fucking times there's a wall there. There's a wall right there, Phil. I have no issue with you, Phil. It's not that I switch up. Sometimes there's things you do that I actually agree with, or I think you did nothing wrong. And then the next day you do something really stupid, and I think it's something fucking stupid. I'm going to say it's stupid. It's not that one day I like you, and the next day I dislike you. Like, it's you make it, but that's the thing, is that there's a lot of people on this planet that think that criticizing them is attacking them, and it's not. But that's coffee. Fuck birds. All right, folks, this is a hell of a stream. Rich is a hell of a man. Those are a hell of a birds, and Alex Jones is a hell of retarded. Try to relax your anus.
Try to relax your anus.
Rich, be on the lookout for a large man in Putnam County, New York, who likes slapping cucumbers on his face. and likes porcelain birds. Well, I don't live in Putnam County anymore, so if there's someone else doing that there, you actually should call the cops on them. Boop, 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 boop. All right. We're basically at 500. Have you seen the video of a smoke shop owner who stabbed a robber, and the robber was like, I'm dying, and the smoke shop owner called 911? Is that the guy who, like, everyone's... I don't know the whole story behind it. I heard some of it, Susha. All right. Oh, hey, we're at 500 now, so we can start. So Phil is not happy with me. I'm sorry, Phil.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another.
I just beat Horizon
video.
for it was not memorable. That's what I there's something about those games that doesn't click, man.
This video is just chef's kiss. So apparently
Philip
our boy
Burnell.
DSP decided to do the trifecta.
Is your cock's name Carlos? Can I get a fart sound while you're answering my question? Yes. Yes, my cock's name is Carlos. He's a beautiful bird. He doesn't really stand up well anymore, but Ed, does your do your best stereotypical do? I can't really actually do one on the fly anyway. I shit you not. Please tell me you've seen DSP's Why Am I Toxic vid. Yes, I have. That was in Dark Souls or Demon Souls, right? That's where it came from. That was a clip that he'll never live down. And the fapping. Beat the hell out of spread your cheeks and just go to town and look into the camera and say that will never leave the soundboard. Okay.
Spread your cheeks.
That gave me a fucking headache. All right.
And talk about his mobile game addiction again for the third time, Pimp. So yesterday it was...
I love the dancing Philly ass there. Look at the Phil. Look at the Burnell.
Egmageddon.
Look at that. I want to see that man dancing in a club. I want to see that man dancing in a club right now.
2 electric...
In those pants with that King of Hate shirt. I need it in my life.
Begaloo. Now part 3, I don't know what we're gonna call part 3. Maybe, I don't know. Review Tech USA part 3 or something like that. I have no clue. Well, our boy decided to begin his podcast, which is going off on our boy Review Tech USA. And apparently Review Tech USA, some of his chat or his members and stuff, you know, he Review Tech USA sent a bunch of people over to DSP stream a couple weeks back, and they became members, and they were chatting, and of course our boy DSP was happy because he got all these memberships and tips. And you know, it's probably just a ploy for our boy Review Tech just to screw with our boy Phil. But anyway, our boy Phil decided that you know, he was gonna accept Review Tech USA's money and his memberships and be happy and not complain and be excited. But now when they're trying to have a little bit of fun with him, you know, he gets...
I love how he has a fapping gif.
So upset. So in this video, he just goes...
He has a fapping gif. No updates on Phil.
On and on and on about Review Tech USA, our boy Richard. And how he was streaming some detractor content and ripping it.
Rich at ReviewTechUSA.com is where you could send. Com, not cum. C-O-M, not C-U-M. Can we please watch Scott the Waz's frat video? No, we're going to watch Alex Jones tonight. Why am I talking like this? I don't know.
Into him and basically discontinued his membership, which is probably what pissed him off the most. And then his he said...
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at he has like You could literally tell. It's kind of horrifying because you could actually literally see the moment where he nutted. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. This week's streams. Who is the new delicious big-breasted bird? He's the angry video game bird. Is my boy Steve the emotionally? No, Steve does the cameos. Steve does the cameos. He'll be back though. Steve will be back. Steve's well. He's fine.
Sent a couple of his boys over to DSP chat to harass him last night, and it was just chef's kiss. Let's get into it.
Now, one quick thing I want to completely clear the air with and get out of the way.
Let it out like a fart out of your ass, Phil. Just let it all out.
Before people try to make drama out of all my content and shit, alright? Here's what happened last night. I was playing my usual Friday Night Fight stream, and I happened to notice that a couple of people who are newer viewers and fans of mine who've come over as a result of ReviewTechUSA apparently recommending my channel and saying go check out Darkside Phil, and actually coming here, becoming a channel member, doing some super chats and the like. So there's some new regulars basically, and one of them was here last night, and I said, you know, I've been hearing a rumor this troll has been coming on my stream for like a week now. All right.
Alright, first of all, you're just too dumb to realize that they were trolling you. Yeah, some of them became subs and stuff like that. They gave you a little bit of money, but they weren't going to renew again. That's why your membership today dropped from, it was 620 something down to 520. Because about 100 people from ReviewTechUSA that came over a few weeks back, or about a month ago, that dropped the sub to screw with you, they didn't renew.
Or no, that's not necessarily true. It could just be gifted memberships. I had a drop because gifted. Not everyone who gets a membership gifted is going to renew. It's just how it works. That's not true. What happens if you had someone who gifted? I had someone who gifted me 50 memberships. What happens if 49 of them, and that you got a 50 sub bomb or 50 member bomb gifted twice, and basically everyone doesn't renew? It's 100. That's if you're at 620, you're gonna go down to 520. You know, so fuck birds.
Now you got a couple of his boys coming over and trolling you in your chat, and I do have the video from last night where he was being dog shit in Street Fighter, and decided that, you know, he couldn't get matches either because nobody's playing that boring ass game, and he decided he was gonna address the troll, the troll, quote unquote troll. And I have that video. I'll post that video next. It's delicious. Let's keep going.
This troll has been saying dumb.
I'm just literally sitting here stoned watching Phil dance in the corner.
Oh, you took a whole stream about me exposing you and saying all this stuff about you and how you blow all your money on mobile games and blah, 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 blah. And live on...
I didn't do that. He didn't see the response. Yeah, it's not, yeah.
On his stream, he canceled his membership and he did all this dramatic stuff. So now you've been exposed.
What he reviewed?
That wasn't dramatic, dude. It just like, yeah, it doesn't. The thing about you, Phil, is the reason why people go into your personal shit, which I still condemn, is because you talk about your personal shit. So what happened is because you talk about your personal shit, and they're like, how is this guy who makes decent money still always out of money? People they went too far. I agree with you. Went and looked at your fucking bank statements. I didn't do that. I wouldn't have looked at them. But that video that was put out by Secret Anal, whatever the fuck the name, sorry, I'm not sure. Shout out to their channel. Compiled the evidence, and I'm just like, it seems like you got a problem, Phil. And unfortunately, it's not like it's not like you're very private about your finances. Because you're not private, that's why this happened. So you kind of have no choice but to address it. Finished touches on my Elden Ring highlight reel of you. I tried to surprise you by getting Jay to do the thumbnail, but my DMs to him die. I'll tell him, Seymour. Wonder why. He may have a filter on. I have a filter on too, admittedly, so there's a lot of messages I miss. Just because if I didn't have a filter, I'd have just people like messaging me butt sex all day.
Dude, for you guys that don't know, he reviewed your video, not a detractor video. He reviewed your video where you admitted to gambling, to being a mobile addict. Remember that a couple days, part 1 and also part 2. That's what he reviewed, Pam.
No, I have not paid him his $200. Or are you still refusing to pay him? God. Man, they're talking about something that didn't even last 24 hours that, like, I mean, now it's just a joke, and I think it's actually fucking hilarious, but I got trolled for years. Because honestly, that was mostly my fault, because I responded to the trolls. Because I was a fucking idiot.
And he didn't review any detractor content.
It was by another YouTuber, okay? Now, you guys know me. I don't give two shits what anyone says or does about me. So many people have over the years. Who gives a fuck? I already talked about this multiple times over the last week. You guys know the deal in regards to me and mobile games and separating my personal life with my professional life, and the fact that all the shit that they're saying that is so overblown and slanderous and full of shit compared to reality.
The problem is you can't do that, Pimp. You can't separate them, because your professional life, which is your streams where you get money, where you earn money, right? You take that money and buy mobile games with it, and then tell your viewers that you're broke and that you need money to pay bills, but the bills you're paying.
Yeah, Phil, that's where the problem is. If you didn't complain about your dire straits, but even if you had financial problems, if you didn't complain about your dire straits on your streams to try to incentivize people to give you more money, no one would give a shit. Even if you are in financial trouble, you're not decrying being poor on your streams to get people to donate. Like, if I had, which I don't, but I'm saying if I had financial problems, I wouldn't say shit. The people who are super chatting, it's not their problem. But because you use your financial woes as to incentivize people to donate, that's where the problem lies. You don't understand that, though. You can't talk about something, then when people criticize you about the thing you're talking about, say, shut up, it's none of your business. You're making it their business. Just because they're saying what you don't want to hear doesn't mean they don't have the right to talk about it, since you're the one bringing it up. I'll probably forget everything I just said because I am stoned. I know you're going to see this and get angrier and still not get it. If you haven't got it by now. But that's just reality. Mexicali Blue.
Try to relax your anus.
Hey, hi. Might be because I tried attaching a video sample. The edit just wanted to let him see I wasn't a detractor. Like I said, I know you see more Demonica, so even though I'm stoned, I should remember.
Paying are actually WWE champion pools, and that money's going to Vince McMahon. So your viewers are entitled to know that.
Yeah. All right. I'm not going to go through that again. We already been through it multiple times. But the fact that someone who, in the last few weeks, actively came on my streams, told his viewership my content was good, okay, has some of his viewers now become fans.
He never
They're
said that.
supporting my stream.
I said, hey, if you want to support him. That's all I said, though. I didn't make it like he was Martin Scorsese. I watched, and all that really came from was watching the Super Castlevania 4 stream, which I didn't do that to troll. That was actually entertaining. If Phil treated all of his streams like that, a lot of his problems would go away. But you know, again, I might as well just talk to a wall or to this bird.
Streams, which is great. I'm happy for that. I'm most happy to see newcomers come on the streams. Then this guy offers me a PC out of nowhere. I didn't ask for one.
Yeah, so what? I already explained why. You ask what the benefit to me was, I get this big piece of shit out of here. All you have to, I won't lose anything minus a little bit of time because you would have paid for shipping. It wasn't that I was like doing some like 4D chess grandiose drama thing. How you handled it made it. You could have been like, nah, man, I'm not. If you really didn't want it, that's fine. You could have been like, nah, man, I appreciate it, Rich, but no, thank you. And it would have been cut off right there. You went into, well, you know, it's still older, and you know, it's not really. I don't really understand. Why do you have to talk about it publicly? And I fapped in my office on May 1st, 2016. Like, he didn't even have to be nice. He could have just been like, nah, man, I'm not interested. That's it. But the way you handled it was like, oh, you are an ape. You are an ape. He begs for money. So can we just say he's a bad guy? But the thing is, he's too proud to take money from certain things or that. But he's not too proud to say, oh, if you don't give me a tip instead of a super chat, I can't get groceries with Cat tomorrow. I'll have to suck dick for her for a pulsating chicken sandwich.
He literally just offers me out of the blue.
Like, yeah, there's no conspiracy to it, dude. I just wanted the computer gone. You said you needed one. It would have fit the bill and then some. I hate selling the ship because if something happens, then you have to dispute with like UPS or FedEx, and then the person's pissed off, and then you may be out of a computer, and you got to give him back money. So you get double fisted. So just giving him away is actually less risky. But no, you blew it. You blew something. You blew, dude. We played baseball with a giant beach ball, and you had a 37-foot fucking bat, and you still missed. Christ. Attention, Phil. You are a public figure. People are going to talk about you. Don't get your nipples up in a tizzy. Thank you, Bobby. Oh, nipples.
He got my nipples up in a tizzy.
Oh, his nipples are twisted right now, sir. Twisted nipples. That sounds like an 80s band. Where a bunch of hair metal fucking dudes with skin tight pants would come out with like nipple clamps on, slamming on guitars.
No, you were begging your den heads to buy you one that was going to run you almost $2,500. And ReviewTechUSA had one on the side, which was a pretty nice PC. It was a couple years old, but it was a pretty hefty PC.
5 years old. First gen Threadripper. But for what he does, get that TPM module, put Windows 11 on there, he would have been fucking Gucci for years. Did I really say that? I fucking... Listen to me. Still till morning reacted to this thing called Right On. Holy fuck, that felt like I was watching Adult Swim infomercial. DSP's Tissy. When... So they reacted to this situation. We're not gonna leave the camera on Twisted Nipple. Porky's butthole. We will still say that's alleged. Has Keemstar flat out came out and said he was offering all three of them, or Phil, a $50K sign-on bonus? If so, then okay, yes, he's a fucking idiot.
And he offered it to you, but no, because you thought, oh, it was going to come with conditions and that you were going to have to suck up the Phil. I mean, to ReviewTechUSA, and you couldn't criticize him because that's how you are. Because when you...
I don't fucking care. I literally said, dude, no, you could tell me right after you got the PC, you could tell me to eat a dick. You could tell, hey, Rich, I don't care.
You give something to someone, you expect them to
Keemstar did say it in a Twitter video. Okay. I mean, I know the motherfucker has the money to do it.
be loyal, to never say anything critical about you, so you deflect them here.
A PC. Here, I have a PC from 5-6 years ago, but I think you could you say you need a new one, and I could just give it to you, just pay for shipping. I'm like, geez, this is kind of a lot of positivity out of nowhere.
Positivity. Pa. 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 I sound like a crow. Or I sound like Phil. My mic is going limp. One of the videos I was doing, I know Jay, so I wanted to fucking break this mic. I gotta get a new mic. I gotta go to Alto Music down the road tomorrow. Get myself a new mic stand. I would like a chicken sandwich bottle fed to me in the basement in 20 minutes after going to town. Well, I'm too stoned for the rest, but here.
Spread your cheek, go to town. Go to town.
Oh, man. So, okay. I mean, I know Keemstar got the money. But this video shows, though, because I did see this part. I know I'm stopping. What did I play? 1/10 of a second? He's like, one day he's being nice to me, and the next day I'm like, no, Phil, criticism isn't... Yes, Phil, because one day you may say something smart. Or you may do something where I'm like, nah, he's not really guilty there. And then the next day, you do something fucking stupid. That doesn't mean that one day I like you, one day I hate you. It just means one day you did something smart and the next day you did something stupid. Doesn't mean I'm like on your side and not on your side. Oh, wow, this is what happens when you be nice, Rich. I mean, look, I'm not looking for any I wasn't being a charity. The benefit to me is I get the big-ass computer out of the house. I wasn't doing it to be nice. I'm not trying to win brownie points. I'm not trying to win anything. You know, if I was trying to put my nose up his asshole, I would have said, no, I'll eat the shipping. No, he could have paid the shipping. It was such a simple thing and he blew it. Oh, Phil.
From Rich. Because Rich, over the years, has had a history with me that I have nothing to do about. And what I mean by that is Rich has this...
His history of laughing at the stupid shit that he does. I am the devil.
habit.
I am Beelzebub himself in the 7th layer of hell. Fanning the frozen lake. What the fuck am I? Man, I'm going into Dante.
Of not being able to keep my name out of his mouth. It seems like whenever Rich seems he can get some kind of a benefit out of mentioning me, he will.
Phil, it's just entertainment, Phil. Just like I find Alex Jones entertaining. You are entertaining. You are entertaining for reasons you don't understand, but you are comedic gold. There was nothing that's what I gained from the computer. There was no 4D chess there. Why did I talk about it publicly? Because you were bitching about it publicly, so I'm like, oh, shut the fuck up. I'll give you a computer.
And then if there's nothing going on with me or whatever, he'll just completely forget I exist. And then he'll come back again in a negative way. So sometimes he'll be positive, sometimes he'll be negative. It's really weird with this guy. I don't even know, the best way.
It's called, oh my God, I can't. He really does not understand. He does not understand. He does not understand that criticism is not insults and criticism is not hate. It's just way too many fragile egos on the internet, man.
Way to like describe it is like you don't know what Rich you're talking to today. Are you talking
what Rich you're talking to? No, Phil, it's like, oh, Phil said something. Actually, one of the replies he had to Kamala Harris, he called her out. I thought it was brilliant. That is a Rich will be say something positive about Phil Day. Then the next day, you'll be begging your viewers for money. And then you'll show that you haven't dusted your equipment in like 37 years. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty funny, Phil. That's not bipolar. It's just seeing it how calling it how I see it.
Talking to the Rich that's going to be a nice guy and tell his viewers you have good content and
Dude, he's making it like I'm Two-Faced from fucking Batman.
come support you? Or are you talking to the Rich that's going to do an expose on his stream where he watches your...
I wasn't doing an expose. I was watching a video that someone made on you, Phil. I didn't expose you. I'm going to do a video on you about the chicken sandwich. I may just, there's like no fucking news. I may just script that tomorrow. Well, there's actually one pretty important story I have to talk about. But I think that video is going to come this week. It has to. It's too good. I'm going to do kind of It's a Gundam style on that one.
Your detractor content and shits all over you. Okay? Well, guess what? I don't like that shit. All right? I don't. If you're going to be one way or the other, fine.
Phil, I'm not a cult member of yours, dude. That's not betraying you. You know how many people have made videos that are critical of me I'm still cool with? You missed my super chat, you big. So how much you selling I'm not selling the PC. I just said I will not sell desktop PCs because it's the risk of them breaking is high enough that it's just not worth it. Even if you pack it properly. So, no, I will not sell desktop shit. Nope, 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 and nope.
But don't be two-faced. Don't one
That's
day...
that's not two-faced. See, this is the thing he does not get. He thinks that any criticism of him is betrayal. This is why he is where he is. This is it. This is exactly why. This is why he would not do the podcast, because he would have to be self-aware. He takes himself way... Phil, I'm telling you, stop taking yourself so seriously. It hurts you personally, I know it does. And it hurts you definitely, I know for a fact, it hurts your business. Limited rare scam NFT. Please say Phil is a... I don't know. What does that mean?
Be nice, and the next day, be a piece of shit.
But that's not being... Oh, God.
All right? Either be one way or the other. It's that simple. You can't have it both ways.
Yeah, it's just... let me just stick my nose up your ass and tell you it smells like brownie batter every single day. Even when it smells like shit. Well, it's up, the ballot 49er.
Rich apparently wants to have it both ways. Rich can't have it both ways.
It's not having it both ways, Phil. It's like Griffin Gaming has called me out before and things he doesn't agree with me on. Multiple times. He still comes in here and chills and streams. Supports me. I like his channel too. I watch his shit. Like, you know, but that you can't do that. You can't handle it. And that's what makes you amazing. That's why It's a Gundam has his biggest videos are on you. There's a reason. Because your lack of self-awareness is stunning. It is mesmerizing and fascinating and probably should be studied by a research center. Because you may have a new kind of mental illness that makes you that lack self-awareness. The only person I sincerely think lacks it more than you is Quantum TV. Hate to bring him up again. There has to be something. Like, he really is he just doesn't get it. Like, it's like...
Okay? He's not going to. So last night, I actually
It's
talked
coming.
to one of Rich's viewers
Adam.
on the stream, and I said, "Is it true?" Because this is what my trolls are saying. My trolls
What
are
happened?
coming on my stream with these
And what
dummy
woke me up
accounts,
was one of your mega farts. Really?
these insulting things, spamming my chat. If you guys have been here in the last week, you probably saw these idiot trolls spamming my chat with this shit, saying, "Rich, expose you the whole stream, exposing you and saying that." You know, that you're a horrible person that blows all his money. He's not going to support you. And he even canceled live. He canceled his membership to your channel, saying, you know, blah, blah, blah. So finally I said,
Okay.
And that is the crux
Yes, Google Fish. That's actually interesting. You're able to use Joy-Cons in Steam.
of why you're worried about this whole mobile game bullshit. You're worried about it because you're concerned
Rich, do you like Wendy's? Yeah, it's fine. It's okay. It's not so, like, if I was going to get some shit like that. Nah, Wendy's, no. I don't even know. I don't really like any of the burger places. Did you hear about Wings being banned on YouTube? And dude, it's fucked up. His trolls go too far. I know he feeds them way too much. But don't, like, there's no reason to fuck with his livelihood. And don't say, oh, he should do something else besides YouTube or Twitch. Because when he had a job outside of HRD, you got him fired from there, too. Like, you want to make videos on him and, like, the fails he does, like people do with Phil. And even me. Go ahead. So, like I said, so long as it isn't you're saying some malicious, dangerous lies about me. Make highlight reels of my stupid shit. I don't fucking care. But when you fuck with someone's livelihood just for what? What is so evil about... Yes, he's done and said dumb shit. I know. So have I. There's much worse people on this planet you should focus on than Jordan.
that
Go to Mexicali Blue for good food. How is that turning into a meme? I probably fucking got that place more business by bitching about them. Backfired. Intro man is sending me a photo, and what the fuck is that? Oh, that's crazy. Yo, that or you use like a VHS-C camcorder, like make Polaroids, like put them on film. You like hook it up to your camcorder. Did you hear about? So that's fucked up, man. Wing says constantly, "I only do this for money." So what? If that annoys you, don't support him. I wouldn't do that. That's a bad business move, in my opinion. But that I wouldn't support him. You know what I'm saying?
you then
You ain't that late, man. We're not even an hour in.
heads that pay your salary, that give you 125K a year for God knows what, that they're gonna see this and say, "Oh, Phil is scamming us. We're not gonna support him anymore." And that's what happened ever since that whole leak came out where you exposed that you're playing WWE Champions. And what ended up happening was for 5 days, your viewers or whoever weren't giving you any tips and money. And that's when you panicked. And that's when you decided you were going to do two freak out 30.
And again, the problem is, Phil, if you didn't cry dire straits in basically every stream, what you do with your money, even if it's irresponsible, would be no one's business. But because you're saying, I need money for these reasons, people are going to be like, how is this? And people I don't agree with it, but they looked into it and they're like, yeah, well, you talked about it, so we looked into it. I don't agree with that, but still, that's why people were up your shit about it and wondering what was going on. So you made it people's business. Now you have to talk about it. If you didn't talk about it, it would be no one's business to find out or talk about.
30-minute rants about the whole mobile game addict and detractors and stuff like that. And what you ended up doing was exposing yourself for the liar you are, because you went on there and you admitted that you are a mobile game player and addict and that you spend money on it.
to this guy in the chat. I said, listen, it has nothing to do with you, but I'm just curious. You're a fan of Rich. Did this really happen, and to what extent did it happen? So the answer is, here's what happened.
Is a man.
Rich watched a detractor video about you, essentially talking about the stupid mobile game meme, the bullshit that you spend a ton of money on mobile games, And basically, after watching it this time, and it's weird because he's watched other stuff before, but now he claims he's convinced and he believed it. And then live on his stream, a big publicity stunt, essentially, big drama thing, he said, oh, I can't support Phil anymore. I can't enable him. And he canceled his membership. Okay? Now, a few things to say about this. Okay? First of all, I can't stop anyone from watching slander about me or defamation or whatever you want to call it. I can't. And I'm not going to hold you accountable for watching it either. I'm not in control.
He's still going to miss the point.
I'm just not. I'm not
still going to miss the point.
I'm not going to ever hold anyone accountable. Oh.
If you're wondering why my camera is off, I had to pick my nose and I wasn't having that on stream. Is if you didn't talk about it, it would be no one's business, Phil. I know I've just said this. I'm not that stoned. I just said this 7 times in the past 10 minutes, but you really don't get it.
Oh, how dare you watch a detractor video or whatever. Okay.
Google
Do it.
fish.
In fact, go ahead. Watch it for yourself. You know? What you'll find is that when you watch that shit, there's literally no proof of anything in anything.
Really? You like
say.
that, Tim
It's
8477?
all, assume this, if you guess this could be true, so it must be. When you piece together 400 pieces of bullshit, you get a tapestry of bullshit, and then they all talk about it so much they believe it's real.
Pimp, we don't need a nigga nuggets, babe. Pimp, you came out twice. You came out twice in a week and admitted to playing mobile games. Admitted to spending money after years of saying that you didn't. You lied to your viewers, you lied to your wife, you lied to your parents, you lied to everybody, where you said you weren't playing mobile games when we all know you were. And the bank leaks last year exposed you for it. And it showed that you were up to 40K into these mobile games.
Okay? The truth of the matter is, everything, as I said, is based on a nugget of truth. Do I play mobile games? Yes, there's your nugget of truth. Alright? Now, is there any actual concrete evidence of anything else that they've said?
Your bank leaks.
There's an assumption
Your bank
based
leaks.
on a guess, based on a conspiracy theory, based on this piece of information that probably isn't true, but they're saying it is.
Probably
no
isn't
evidence.
true. You're
It
talking
just
about your
goes
bank
into this
leaks?
giant
Is that what
bullshit
you're talking about, your bank
conspiracy.
leaks?
That's exactly what it is. It's a conspiracy against me.
Why does this man keep saying bank leaks in my ear?
That's been going on for years and years. If it's not an escort, then it's a fucking, scamming my viewers over Project 7, selling shirts that...
Yeah, the chicken sandwich is the most important thing. I'm sorry. That should be... We got to get that tonight. John Kennelly on my soundboard. I'm sorry.
that I don't own, fucking every little thing. And whenever one goes away, another one rears its ugly head, because that's what these people have done. They've latched onto me over the years, and it will never be good enough for them. I've told you, it's called moving the goalpost. All right? It's called moving the goalpost. All right?
Can I send you a fake horse for your desk? I don't know where I would fit that horse. Steve is eventually going to come back, too. I don't know why I'm talking like this, but I'm going to continue to talk like this. Birds are beautiful. Birds. Beautiful birds.
Right? That's why I don't bother addressing their bullshit. There's no point. I have addressed their bullshit in the past. It does nothing. It's a waste of my time to address their bullshit. Okay? But I can't stop any of you. Any of you. Alright?
If you didn't talk about the stuff, the trolls wouldn't have anything to make videos about. Philliam Burnell. Do you want... That is the part that just goes over your receding hairline. That is why these videos are made, Phil, because these are things you bring up over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. You talk about your financial woes over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, which piques people's interest, which makes people go too far, like doing bank leaks, which I don't condone. That is wrong. But the reason these things happen is because of you, Mr. Burnell. You, sir, are your own worst enemy. And you don't see that. Breasts. The last super chat I put in didn't get played. Time to relax my... Yes.
Try to relax your anus, your shoulders.
Right? From doing that, watching the shit and believing it or not believing it. I can't. What I can say is that stuff has absolutely, positively nothing to do with my content. And you guys know that, right? You guys know that when you're on my streams on a daily basis and you're watching me play video games like Final Fantasy today, what the fuck does that have to do with any of the drama those idiots create outside of my stream? Nothing. Nothing at all. Zero.
Philip Burnell.
They're trying to derail people from enjoying my legitimately interesting, fun, chill content by bringing up nonsense that has nothing to do with it.
Phil, you derail your own content because you talk about this. I don't know how often, but too often. It has to be quite often because the occasional times I've tuned into your streams, I've heard you asking for money. I've heard you saying that I won't be able to get groceries. I've heard you saying give me tips instead of super chats because I need them for tomorrow, which is my day off. So Jasper could get the premium treats. Jin and Jasper, but you feed them those nice little treats. Have some kibble, you little bastard. Eat your fucking kibble. Did you hear about Amber Heard being offered $10 million for an adult movie? Yeah, she is kind of hot. Yeah, I mean, she may be a bitch, but she does have boobs. You know. We need a surfing bird in 20 minutes. Relax your breasts. I will do so. I have given Phil's tips super chats because I genuinely enjoy his playthroughs. What he spends his money, I could care less. I don't care. He complains about money. I wanted to support. That's fine. Okay, respect. Hey, then that's your take. And like I said, that's your money to make that choice with. And I wouldn't try to dissuade you from that. I bet if Phil gauged the ammo to a gun and got shot, he would complain about being. Phil lacks so much self-awareness. Like I said, like the chicken sandwich situation, he would be like Beavis or Butthead. Like the world could be ending around him. There could literally be zombies, and you could have like the National Guard shooting at the zombies, and Phil would be like, "Oh, there was," he would just be like walking over dead bodies. "Oh, goddamn, too much sauce on this fucking sandwich." Like Phil. Your pulsating chicken should be like not even on the totem pole of problems right now as the apocalypse is encompassing you.
Because they can't make my content look bad anymore because it's not. You see? So now they gotta completely
now you're delusional.
Nonsense this way or that way. Okay. All right. So why am I bringing this up? Because there's a difference between, okay, I watch the video, I believe it or I don't, I make a judgment for myself, or I have a following on the internet. All right, I have.
I didn't even think of this, but I know what he's gonna cry about. I still don't care. People can make up their own minds, sir. That I'm doing it, so I'm trying to signal to other people to not be members. No, Phil. They could choose what they want to. Gary Emir, yes, it's dudeception. Deal with it. Phil, no. People are grown-ass people, or they should be if they're subscribing or being members. They could choose what they do with their money. I hope I would not have sway over what people do. They would still want to support you, they can.
A ridiculous amount of subscribers and viewers on my channel. Today I have nothing to do. I have no content to put out for my viewers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch videos that outright state that they are defamatory against Darkside Phil, exposing him, conspiracy theory. I'm going to watch it, right? And then I'm going to talk about it to all of my viewers, and then I'm going to actually pull a publicity stunt to try to get, attention for myself today.
No, Phil, it did not do anything for my viewership of the stream, Phil. I got the same 800-ish people that were always there, Phil. Holy shit, man. For a man who's not bright, you are overthinking the fuck out of this. A-logging used to call out people who wish death on lolcows. AKA log. I have to look into that, Artemis. DSP should go on Dr. Phil with how he talks about everything as a conspiracy. Maybe Dr. Phil can help that actually would be... I think Dr. Phil would take him, too, because he's infamous enough. Ooh. I may make a video. Dr. Phil, you should talk to Phil. You should talk to DSP. Not only would that probably be a big viewership video, I would have to do a little bit of, like, research and chopping. You need to go on the Dr. Phil show because you have no self-awareness, Phil. So much draw, I don't care, pay for cable. I'm 35 and a dad, enjoy watching playthroughs. People are weird and care too much about others, but there's so much comedy in others. There's comedy in me. I'm not saying I'm dude, I'm a fucking clown. No, we're doing Alex Jones, don't worry. There's just some Phil here. DSP did fall. Do I have a hole for DS? I do.
I fell down a fucking hole. Because, Rich, that's what you did. Right? That's literally what you did. You had no content to put out for that day, and you said, instead of working hard to put out meaningful content for my viewers...
Instead of working hard... Phil, did you realize what you sit there with the webcam on you and play a video game? I would argue that people that do these kind of reaction streams, because if they do commentary like I do, they're actually putting in more work. You barely talk sometimes unless you're asking for shit. And in the end, we're kind of I'm watching someone else's content. You're playing someone else's game. I mean, you bought the game, but that's someone else's creation. Potato, but it's still a fucking potato. Phil, you make it like you have fucking Scorsese in there with two $50,000 red cameras. You play video games and have a webcam on you and haven't dusted. Have you dusted in that room yet, Phil?
Let's do drama content at the expense of others so I can make a buck today.
That's literally what you
did,
video pimp,
and you
where
did it
you
at my
admitted that
expense.
you were a
And I don't
mobile
appreciate
game
that,
addict.
And I'm fucking pissed at you. All right? You should know better. You have a big following on YouTube. You have people who look up to you. Okay? And for you to pull that shit basically shows that you don't care about what you say or do in your content as long as you're making a buck.
Where is he getting that one from? Where? Where are you getting that from, Phil? People could do whatever the fuck they want to do, Phil. I don't care. If you got 100 members from that, 100 new members, I don't give a fuck, Phil.
And that pisses me the fuck off. It does. Because I've had people like you walk all over me my entire fucking life. All right?
Well, the mask is slipping off a little bit here. This is why he has inferiority complex. I bet he was bullied growing up as a kid. I bet he was bullied, growing up as a kid. That's might be part of the reason why he is this way, where he feels like he constantly has to be on the /offensive defensive.
It's called punching down, if you ever heard of it. I don't know if you...
Oh, shut the oh, no, it's not punching down, Phil. It's not punching down.
You ever heard of it before? All right, you're bigger than me. You're more popular than me. You got a bigger fan base than me. When you do that shit, whether or not you actually believe it or not...
Phil, even though I have a bigger following than you, I do not get nearly the much, like, it's one of It's a Gundam's videos has gotten more views than the probably dozen videos that I've made on you throughout my career on YouTube. Don't make it like I have this insane amount of sway. Get two of it. It's a Gundam's made multiple videos on you, man. He gets... Shit, he probably got more views on those videos than I have lifetime on my fucking channel. No, that's not true, because then I wouldn't be making a living doing this. But you get my point. Yeah, I should know better. Yes, Dad. Also, I went into a liquidation store to find a small monitor. They had a bin filled with DVDs and found an Alex Jones DVD. Did you get it? Please say you did. Richard, just watch your second GameStop MT video. I literally laughed out loud at the nom part. I love your videos. Keep it. What the fuck did I do? I don't even remember what I did. Phil's content is literally him begging for bucks. Not a decent portion. I won't say. There are times he doesn't talk about the shit. A good amount of times. But is there a decent amount of times that he does? Yes. Way too much. And Eddie, even talking about it once a month is too much. Whatever my finances are not my audience's business, and that's not me being on a soapbox. And same with you. That's not your financial situation's not my business either. But he does not get that. And that's what part of his business is, literally letting people know his financial situation. He's chose that route. This is why this is happening to you, Phil. This man is more stressful than the Alex Jones trial.
It doesn't even matter. Now everyone who watches your shit thinks I'm a scumbag. All right? Because you watch...
Everybody thinks you're a scumbag.
Phil, I would easily say, and it's fine, I literally watch those. I go back to the It's a Gundam's DSP videos like people go back to watching Goodfellas. That's how much of a masterpiece that fucking video is to me. I assure you that video has way more reach and way more influence than me at my peak. I am not the person you should be losing sleep over with this champion. I assure you. Can we watch Camelot live? No, we're watching Alex Jones after this, bro. Yes, up to 50 million. You missed my super chat, Bird Dickers, did I? Let me see. Ban anyone who calls me a Pepsi Crusader. Wait, was that a thing with wings? Phil is the short bagel guy. Essentially, yes. The same issues. I missed Gary Busey's Laserdisc. Sorry. People think DSP is a scumbag because he acts like one. Like, fuck, he's dense, dude. He is dense. That's the problem. Phil, you were dense, man. Obtuse.
A purposely defamatory video. And then you pulled a publicity stunt on your fucking stream to get attention for yourself and create drama for yourself so you can get clicks, you can get views, and you can make money for that day. All right? It's completely fucking two-faced to do that. It's not, oh, it's objective. No, it's two-faced.
No, it's not two-faced, Phil. It is not two-faced. This is your fault. You made your financial woes your audience's problem. Your audience looked into it because they're like, this guy's always fucking talking about it. Not saying they should have did what they did. And that's why you got exposed. Not saying it's right, but that's the reality. I go back to the Chicken Gate streams. It's amazing, dude. I have to immortalize that as a normal video. Gave me so much joy. Also, nothing screams America like Gary Busey selling you a Kia on Labor Day. That's a thing? Get the fuck out of here. Rich, do you ever think of making a sitcom about your childhood growing up? I'd watch it. It wasn't that funny. One of the funny things I did, though, I remember being 9 years old, and there was this TV show. I think it was called Give Me a Break. Was that the name of the show? And the actress, and she had really huge boobs, and I couldn't stop looking at her boobs. This is a true story. And I went crying to my mom. My mom's like, "What's wrong?" She's like, "I just." I'm like, "Mom, I can't stop thinking about boobs." I shit you not. Oh man, ban anyone who says I snip my fingers.
Because you can't then the next day come back and say, "Oh, I'll throw Phil a super chat." You literally just on your stream said, "I'm going to cancel my membership because I don't want to enable Phil because this video makes it look like he's a gambler or whatever."
Yeah, I did super chat the next day, but that's not a monthly thing. I was giving you like $20 a month there, partner.
And then come back the next day, "Oh, here's a super chat." All right? You want to know what you call that? An asshole. You're a fucking asshole. And you did it to get yourself over, and I'm tired of your shit. All right? So as of this morning, I'm laying down the law. Rich, if this is how you're going to fucking behave, I don't want you on my streams. I don't want you doing anything to do with me. I want you to leave me the fuck alone. Because I'm tired of your shit. I got enough stress in my life with all these pieces of shit around me trying to bring me down and make up all this shit about me.
Phil, stop fucking talking about your personal problems all the time and your financial woes all the time, dipshit, and your problems will go away, you stupid fuck. Can you hear me now? Do you understand? You are punching yourself in the face. I am giving you the step-by-step fucking guide to stop punching yourself in the face, but you continue to. You beg, and because you beg, people look into your personal problems, and this is why you self-fuck yourself in the ass. I don't know any other way to say it. Cry more. You are as dense as a fucking rock. Holy shit.
Constantly. It's a constant in my life. It's not, oh, this is one example. This
Yeah,
has been
pretty
going
much.
on for the longest time. You can look at a history of conspiracy after conspiracy after conspiracy thrown my way over the years, and they're all bullshit. And I'm not addressing them anymore. There's no fucking point. And when you give publicity to the conspiracy on your stream, all you do is hurt for your own personal gain. So, I'm gonna lay down the law, Rich. Either you fucking apologize to me for what you did, or fuck off and never come back to my streams. It's one or the other. You can't have it both ways. I'm not even saying you have to be a fan or say you believe or disbelieve in what you watch. I don't give a fuck. But you need to apologize to me for trying to fucking get publicity and drama and clickbait views on my fucking behalf. I'm tired of your shit. All right? I don't want anything to do with you anymore if this is how you're going to fucking behave. People have been saying it in my chat. It's like bipolar. One day, you're a fan of mine and you love my shit.
Italian dad on D, did I?
The other day, oh, Phil's a fucking terrible person and, you know, I got to cancel my membership. And
Who said? When did I say you're a terrible person? I didn't say you're a terrible person. I said you have a problem. Nope. It's not a bad breakup. It's a, this is what I do. I'm a commentator. I talk about people. I didn't say he's a terrible person. I said actually the exact opposite. I don't think you're a bad guy. You're just, you lack self-awareness to an incredible degree.
fuck off then. Then don't come back. Because when you do this, you derail my content. You actually make my viewers say, what's going on? I don't understand why people are saying this about Phil. Why is another... They shouldn't have to be put in that situation. They shouldn't. It should be either you're going to fucking support or you're going to fuck off. Not one day I'm your friend, one day I'm an enemy, whatever benefits me today, right? No. Sorry, I don't need any fair weather fucking friends. I've had a lot of people like that in my life before.
You ever think the problem might be you, Phil? You've had a lot of people like that in your life. What is the common denominator? You. Weird how that one works.
I don't need them. All right? So you make the decision for yourself. But you make it quick. Because I'm not going to put up with you coming on my streams, acting one way, and then from the other side of your mouth on your stream, shitting all over me. All right? I'm just not. Make up your fucking mind and make a decision quick, and we'll see what happens.
Get decision quick. Oh. Man, I'm on a time limit.
Look, you big-headed moron. He's not one of your den heads that you can bully around or tell what to do. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of ReviewTechUSA, but he has every fucking right to do whatever the hell he wants to do on his stream and say whatever the hell he wants to say about you. He's not one of your den heads, okay? Now, if you don't want to be friends with him or chat with him, that's your prerogative. But to sit here and make it sound like you need to be my friend and then these are all the requirements for being my friend, get the fuck. You know what, Pimp? You need a reality check. I think you need to get into a hole so bad that you lose your house and you're homeless for.
All right, that's shit I'm not. Hold on 1 second. I'm not going into any of that. All right. Phil, all I'll say, man, you are your own worst enemy, and you don't even know it. You have no idea why, even though it's been explained to you by multiple people, not just me. Black and white, clear as day, what your main problem is, but you continue to not see it and think everyone else is the problem. You said some very telling things. I'm tired of people doing this throughout my life, and I've had a lot of fair weather people throughout my life. Yeah, I've met a lot of shitheads too, but usually maybe you're the problem, Phil. Anyway, it's time for Alex Jones. Holy shit. There is a did I miss super chats here? Man, I'm stoned. Anyway. Yeah, I donated a 20 to him. I said Philip Burnell is a man. I wanted to see what he was going to say. So Phil, yeah, here is my apology. You could eat my ass. Apologizing to you for what? What am I apologizing for? What do you need an apology for? For talking? Get out of here. Kick a rock. Up, there's the man himself.
All rise. The 459 District Court is now in session.
No more super chats to Phil. Don't worry. I assure you. That bridge is no longer going to be crossed either.
Honorable Judge Maya here Gamble presiding.
You may be seated. Mr. Jones, you're on the witness stand.
His
sir.
pulsating chicken sandwich. Pulsating and throbbing. But Rich, I need that money. Dude, he blew it. It's just...
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Reno.
If he didn't
Same
talk about this
instructions
shit, he wouldn't
yesterday,
have
Mr.
these
Jones.
problems, but how many more times can you say it? I'll just laugh at him now. Yeah, Phil, more content from you, I'm sure, is around the corner. Just how it is. Now let's watch the bowling ball with a beard start sweating and sucking on lozenges.
I'd like to start today by explaining some of the characters in this saga. What are truthers or the truth movement?
The truth movement started after the JFK assassination
early on, a large portion of the public didn't believe the official story. There were a lot of different conflicting accounts. And then it officially got its name.
No, this is part 2, right?
In the media and culture after 9/11, when a lot of people, including a lot of officers.
We didn't see this. Like, I think maybe this a little bit of this repeated, but we didn't see this part yet.
The military people didn't buy.
Let's make sure. 3 minutes 33. Let me go.
That when you use the term synthetic, that means real stuff happened, but that it was being provocatorized with provocateurs. Right?
Yeah, we haven't seen
It
this
can mean
yet.
both, but yes, generally.
We haven't
Officially got
seen
its
this yet.
name in the media and culture after 9/11, when a lot of people, including a lot of officers in the military and people, didn't buy all of the official story we were told, and it became a pejorative or an insult by the corporate media to call people that questioned big events truthers, and that people kind of adopted that term and said, okay, it's the truth movement.
No, this is
And
the
so
one we
it's
saw
confidence.
yesterday. This is the
And
one
it's
we
been
saw.
lost. Things like the Gulf of Tonkin
I can
in
tell by the red
64,
bar.
saying it was staged, attacks on our ships to start the Vietnam War, LBJ. That's as that happened, people lost more and more confidence
Part
until
1
now
was
you've
over
got a
multiple
spectrum
days, too.
where you've got people over here that would call themselves truthers that don't think anything's real, and they just think everything's fake, and I think they're crazy. And then you've got people that still question, who I would say I'm more of in the middle, and I've gone too far the other direction as well. And I realized that years ago. And then you've got other people who are just as crazy as the far end of the truthers, who think everything they're told is true and don't question anything. In fact, in a way, that's probably even crazy.
Alex, you made everything into a fucking conspiracy. And there were a couple bangers that you were right about, but like I was saying to that guy yesterday, yeah, a broken clock is still right twice a day. But you hook people in with that, and then they think that everything you're spewing, the bullshit that you're spewing is true because, oh, he was right about this, and he was right about that. Whoop-de-doo. But the 8 billion things he was fucking lying about are terrible.
Crazier than thinking everything's fake.
I just scratched my armpit publicly, didn't I? Scratching my armpit exposed.
Fake. And so that's pretty much the best description of what truthers are.
Are you familiar with a man named Steve Pachenik?
Yes, I am.
How long have you known him?
I've known him 21 years.
And who do you understand him to be?
He ran psychological operations for the State Department, the CIA. He ran the Camp David Accords successfully. It was what he's first really known for. He ran regime change in countries. He created the Tom Clancy, Jack Ryan character and wrote those books. So Jack Ryan's kind of who he is and his mind. And he gave us a lot of information over the years that turned out to be dead on and became a big source of information. He also got us a lot of connections in Army Special Operations that gave us a lot of intelligence that was really good. Like the intel when I said Russia will invade in late February and October of last year. I got that from Army Special Operations. And so he just...
Where did this...
an incredible source that was never wrong until he was the one that really pushed...
We watched a part of this. It didn't... Usually it saves...
In the whole year?
Yes.
Let's go to... Yeah, this is... We didn't watch this
Because
whole
I was
thing
told that I would be allowed to say that I thought Sandy...
All right, yeah, we saw... This is where... What the fuck was that look? Yeah, let's still watch this banger again because it's good. Okay, now I get it. No, it's not that I'm on the weed. It's that YouTube usually saves where you left off, but it fucked up. It didn't save as far in as we went.
I hadn't seen the report yet.
Again, he's hearsay testimonies to other networks.
Sustained, hearsay sustained. So remember, Mr. Jones,
Yeah.
if you heard it, it's hearsay. Yes, that's why they're there. If you heard it, it's hearsay. So TV, that's hearsay.
Okay.
some exceptions, but I don't think
Understood.
any of your testimony is going to qualify for an exception.
That does happen once in a while, where it usually saves where you stopped watching, especially a longer video. It's more reliable with, but sometimes it doesn't. Pound that water, Alex.
At this point, we will play Plaintiff's Exhibit 21, which is in evidence, Your Honor.
All right?
What are you doing? I'm just a man with birds that's streaming, watching Alex Jones. I don't know why I'm telling you all this.
Didn't happen. When I explained to her both sides of it, and I explained that I only had debate.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get the volume to work.
Sure.
All right, let's try it.
She makes it sound like I'm saying Sandy Hook didn't happen. When I explained to her both sides of it, and I explained that I only had debates and looked at the full story.
Oh yeah, we saw him crying.
This is the heart
Okay.
of 1770.
We saw this.
A new Ben Garrison cartoon, based, of course, on my original term, dinosaur. Get it together here. Very, very important article. And they also understand it's the street. That's how dumb they think you are. There's a bunch of comment coming down and killing the dinosaurs. That's exactly. Know if MSM is telling the truth or not.
Yeah.
They're trying to bully and intimidate anybody that asks questions. So let's look at these stories here. A new Ben Garrison cartoon, based, of course, on my original term, dinosaur media. You've got ISIS working with MSM, CNN. You've got NBC. They're down here in the water hole getting their money. And here comes Stefan Molyneux. Here comes Paul Watson. Here comes Cernovich. Here comes the InfoWars. Here comes Drudge. Here comes Breitbart. And just like the meteors, just like the asteroid, just like the comet coming down and killing the dinosaurs, that's exactly what's happening here. And then continuing, this is a new story on Infowars.com.
Yeah, those purveyors of truth.
By Paul Joseph Watson, fake news. MSNBC pretends Obama campaign director is random woman on the street. That's how dumb they think you are. There's a bunch of examples where they also have actors and staged events just lately below it. Remember this, when they, on election night had their own camera, people being interviewed and claiming that they were just citizens. This is why people don't trust them. This is why people don't believe them. This is an excellent article from Zero Hedge. Alex Jones implores NBC not to air interview with liar Megyn Kelly. This article, better than anyone I've seen, I'm going to post on Infowars.com. Breaks down exactly how I feel, what's actually happened. It's from iBankcoin.com originally. It's from 0 Point Now is who posted it. This article, I didn't get this person to write for InfoWars. They absolutely get where I stand. They're journalists. They actually reported on what I said. They showed my quotes going back over years saying, I don't know what happened, but it's got more holes in it than Swiss cheese. And, I believe kids died, but it needs to be investigated. And there's definitely a cover-up of the particulars. They really get it together here. Very, very important article. And they also understand it's big news. Well, this is a top story. And I'm saying, hey, I want the interview pulled, but nobody will cover it. USA Today and a few others. Now let's continue right here with this. Again, this computer's locking up. Maybe it'll shut down here in just a minute. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, the globalists are absolutely panicking.
Oh, the globalists. I don't know why it annoys me so much when he says the fucking globalists.
Right now, and we come back from break here in a few minutes.
The globalists put the transsexual porn on his fucking phone.
I will get into some more of the history and some more of these.
The globalists just made me pick my nose on stream.
Articles and go over documented cases where our government claims kids are being killed when children aren't being killed. Not just the babies in incubators having their brains stomped out in Kuwait by Saddam Hussein's forces, a PR firm, totally fake. Fake video, fake photos, but so many other modern cases of ISIS rebels hitting people with nerve gas and then blaming it again on the Russians. And the UN even found that that was a staged event. So if you have these staged events over and over and over again, it's okay to question them. But the bigger question is, why are they attacking InfoWars? Why are they so desperate? Why are they coming after us? Because they're scared of the fact that we're the leading independent media, that we understand the paradigm, and that the operating system of the American reboot of restoring our republic was basically re-engineered by InfoWars and is now being adopted across the board. We are writing the talking points now for conservative talk radio, for the libertarian movement, and for so many others. We take the hit.
This guy can fucking talk, man. Christ.
We get demonized, we get attacked, but we don't care because we popularize it and make it safe for others, just like Trump is smashing political correctness. We'll be right back after this break with
Trump.
more, and then Owen Schroeder's coming up. I'm
Even Alex Jones himself regrets fucking sucking his dick.
taking off a little bit this morning to take my daughter to the dentist. Stay with us. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back live. MSM, the dinosaur media, is absolutely panicking. They do not know what to do. And so now they're attempting to say that I'm even more evil than their top demon, Putin, and that I cannot be seen on NBC. That will legitimize me. No, actually, that will upset our listeners.
Megyn Kelly's pretty hot, huh?
Folks that absolutely hate MSM. The only reason I would go on it would be able to reach out to
How you liking your Steam Deck, Foxy? I love that fucking thing.
people that are still in the Matrix and also experience the deception of Megyn Kelly for myself, which I did. Megyn Kelly needs the alternative media. They need us, not the other way around. She needed this publicity. And from my research, I think the whole thing is basically staged. She works with the Sandy Hook groups. And this whole protest thing is about giving her massive attention so that the interview gets record ratings for failed Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly dropped as host for Sandy Hook Group's gala over Alex Jones' interview. See, she's
How you
deep
liking your
in
Steam
bed
Deck,
with this,
Terrence?
and Bloomberg admits he's used the Sandy Hook groups.
They've made it a lot better to dock now. You know what's weird? Is if I hook up my Xbox Elite controller via Bluetooth, it's laggy. But if I plug it in, like I have it on the dock, and I plug it in the controller and physically with a wire, then unplug it and use Bluetooth. There's no lag whatsoever. So there's nothing wrong with it's just weird. They got to fix the Bluetooth a little bit.
As a red shirt to wave around.
It's not the
demonize
official Steam Deck dock. It's
the Second
amazing.
Amendment, and then blame all gun owners for the deaths. Again, talk about a frame-up. Talk about criminal and disgusting and using these poor grieving families. Alex Jones doubles down on Sandy Hook conspiracy theory and disgusting Megyn Kelly interview because the way she edited the promo. Not what I said. I said I believed that people died. So again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the type of garbage that we're dealing with. Look, I know I'm moving fast here. It's because there's so much evidence. Remember the British ambassador coming out and saying that clearly the false flag chemical attack a few months ago in Syria was carried out by the rebels as an attempt to get the U.S. to come into the war. I mean, think about how our government funded the Arab Spring that's killed almost 1 million people and put radical jihadists in power. And Hillary makes jokes about, I came, I saw, he died. Think about Madeleine Albright, who was Secretary of State under the Clinton.
He pretends to that he fights for the. It's the same thing. No, Tucker Carlson does the same thing.
Saying, yeah, 500,000 kids is no big deal dying in Iraq for our war with the sanctions that Clinton expanded. Again, these are cold-blooded monsters. And then they turn around and say, we question events that clearly have big PR firms involved, that we somehow are monsters and evil. It isn't going to work. Nothing can put mainstream media back together again. Everybody knows about the baby in the incubators. Everybody knows about other staged events. Everybody knows about CNN caught staging fake calls.
But that's what Tucker Carlson does too. The heir of the Swanson fortune, who makes how much does he make a fucking year on Fox? On top of that, he's fighting for the little guy. He's the everyman. It's a fucking joke, dude.
Town halls, and CNN caught, giving the questions to Hillary from the debate beforehand, and the WikiLeaks, and how they're all colluding in the fake polls.
Which games? There's a lot of games that aren't verified that work like perfectly. So keep that in mind. I'm not saying like, yeah, wait until maybe they verify a game you like, but You'd be surprised how many games aren't verified, quote unquote, and work fine.
You guys are the globalists. You're the enemies. You're the people that have hijacked America. You're the threat to our children. You're the people that are cold and heartless and don't care, not us. But again, I want to encourage people to read the Zero Hedge article that breaks it all down, because they absolutely...
Excuse me, I'm playing WWE Champions. I just dropped 10 grand.
On target with this report, where they ask the questions that the media seems so scared that I might even actually talk about if the Megyn Kelly interview aired. Why did the Sandy Hook Elementary School website have zero traffic for 4 years before the event and show was closed? Why were there several reports of other shooters dressed in camouflage in the woods that fled, of whom the police allegedly detained? Why were porta potties, sandwiches, and fruit drinks and chips brought up and set up for the crime scene in just an hour or so? Sandy Hook, it just goes on and on. An FBI crime stat which shows no murders occurred in Newtown in 2012. Why didn't they let paramedics and EMTs in the building? 27 children were declared dead in 8 minutes. Why was Adam Lanz's home burned to the ground by the bank? Why have they declared all the records totally secret? These are questions the public has. They're the ones asking it. They're the ones demanding it. I've said I believe children did die there, but PR firms are involved, admittedly, hyping it up as much as possible. But there's been a cover-up, and Anderson Cooper got caught faking where his location was with blue screen. I mean, it's all there. We don't know what happened. I believe kids died, but the same media that's faking a bunch of other stuff and faking war propaganda is saying that I have said things that I never said that have been taken out of context, and now won't report when I'm saying don't air the interview on Father's Day to hurt fathers and demonize men, and that you edited me out of context and that I don't want it aired. Why won't they actually report on what I'm saying?
Dude, I remember watching the clips on Alex Jones's own fucking channel of him saying Sandy Hook is a hoax. On his own like, it wasn't even like from another channel where someone clipped it together to make him sound bad. It was on his own shit. I don't know, man. I gotta piss. Here's birds, and here is
breasts. 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 Breasts.
I love
breasts. Breasts.
I'm Alex Jones. This is the InfoWar. Coming up, Owen Schroyer in the studio for the next 30 minutes. Then I'll be back in the studio coming up live. Please spread the word because the truth lives at Infowars.com.
At the time you filmed that segment, had you ever heard the name Neil Hessling?
I don't believe so.
In addition to filming this clip, going after the mainstream media for the way they were covering the event, did you also film a...
Yo, he is amazing. That ain't
piece
coffee.
reaching out to the
It's just
fans?
water, I think.
Yes, are you talking about the Father's Day message?
Yes. And why did you film that?
Because I wanted the families to know that I believed their children died and I was being used as a pawn, like putting two pit bulls in a cage to have us attack each other. And I wanted it to stop. And I didn't want to cause them any more pain. And it was also causing my family a lot of problems.
Fuck, I should have gotten coffee too.
And so I wanted it to stop. I didn't want to be sucked into it anymore. That's why I agreed to the Megyn Kelly interview. She said, "I'll just talk about it a little bit." And I said, "Well, I'd like to be able to clarify that I think it happened," but she didn't let that get out on air. So I'm sorry about this. So that's why I shot the Father's Day report.
Doesn't he have to get like vocal surgery?
Play Exhibit 67 in evidence, the Father's Day.
All right.
I woke up this morning on Father's Day and I was holding my young infant daughter in my arms.
Good luck, huh,
Looking
guy.
into her
Does that pay a
eyes.
decent? Is that a decent paying gig?
Sitting out on the back porch, hearing the birds sing, and it just brought tears to my eyes, thinking about all the parents that have lost their children on Father's Day or Mother's Day, who have to then think about that. Parents should never have to bury their own children. And that's why on Father's Day, I want to reach out to the parents of the slain children at the horrible tragedy in Newtown, Connecticut, and give you my sincere condolences.
Yeah, he'll
I'd
do
also
that.
like
And
to
he's
reach
not
out
going to
to
lose his
any of
whole
the parents who
fortune.
lost
He'll
a
be
child in
fine.
Newtown, to invite them to contact
What
me.
if someone say
to
he's
open a
worth 250
dialogue,
million?
Because I think it's really essential we do that instead of letting the MSM misrepresent things and really try to drive this nation apart. Right now is a time for unity and peace in our country, I think now more than ever.
Yeah, trying to make him look like a good guy.
After the Megyn Kelly profile aired, Owen Schroyer on InfoWars as an employee of Free Speech Systems reported on a Zero Hedge story about Sandy Hook.
You got to fix it. You take a Hippocratic oath. Your job is to fix people, not make moral or political decisions.
Do you recall that?
Yes.
Did you know he was going to cover it?
No.
To your knowledge, before that piece aired, had anyone on InfoWars ever mentioned Neil Heslin by name?
No.
Why haven't you fired Owen Schroyer for airing that segment?
Because I asked him why he did it, and he's testified that he wasn't denying his son died. He was saying, why did Megyn Kelly put two conflicting things out, obviously knowing journalistically that would stir up a larger debate. And also, go ahead.
You know, though, that the gist of that
Got a gay frog in his throat.
report, as found by the court, was, as found by the court, defamatory to Mr. Heslin.
Well, it was not my intention. I didn't know that. And Owen, it's his opinion that he didn't mean to be that way. And also, Owen came to work after I put out the directive to not cover Sandy Hook anymore, and it was an oversight that while they're just printing out hundreds of articles and bringing in newspapers for the host to look at, you're not told cover this. They just bring in news articles and stacks of things. He saw that, thought it was interesting, and covered it. And I don't think he intentionally, in my view, I understand the judges said.
No, I did not see it, Andrew. I forgot to look at it.
That's the case,
to be quite
but
honest
I know
with you.
that's not the case with me. And Owen's a really classy guy and really is sad about what happened. So he would never, in my view, want to do anything to just randomly hurt people. I didn't even know who Mr. Heslin was, never said his name. He's a really nice person now that I know him. His ex-wife's an amazing person, very, very touching what she's doing. I really support, I'd like to work with your network. I agree we've got to choose love and fix this evil that's ripping our country apart. And I'm just very blessed to be able to be here and actually say what I think and what I stand for instead of a bunch of edited, out of context tapes. But I do acknowledge that I unintentionally took part in things.
Edited and out of context. Oh my God. It's such lies. Your own channel's edited and out of context when you had it, Alex. I can't repeat that enough.
Things that did hurt these people's feelings, and I'm sorry for that.
Motherfucker was putting up like 70 videos a day.
To your knowledge, did you make money off of your Sandy Hook coverage?
No, we lost money. It really hurt us with a large part of the audience. And Paul Watson basically ended up quitting over it.
Bullshit, you lost money. You brought so many people in to buy your supplements and all that nonsense and your merchandise. You didn't lose money.
And you were saying you cannot get sucked in by Pachinik and by all this. This is not, this is not good. And around the time that happened, I guess 2015 or so, I listened to him, but it was just like a cold sore resurface occasionally. This is a talk show. And
what?
And so, I mean, look, now any mass shooting.
It's you know, it's like when your anal herpes flare up. Dixon, much love, bro. Thank you very much. Yeah. We'll see. I usually turn it on at 1,000 plus.
Like I said, I almost didn't dare the tape with the head of the state police saying there's a cover-up in Uvalde. I'm sure children died is terrible, but I'm like hands off now because I don't want to be sucked into this black hole of mass shootings anymore.
Let me, we've had some testimony about 2018 deplatforming of your business. What has that meant in terms of your audience reach?
What it does is you're technically still on the internet, kind of like if you're in a prison, you're still on the earth. You just, people have to come visit you in the prison. They have to come to Infowars.com. You can't get it anywhere else other than edited things your enemies put out. So you're not just locked in a prison. It'd be like being locked in your house. You're still in Austin, but you can't go to the store. You can't go.
Yeah, but you built up enough of a base that you're still making a living there.
Hundreds of platforms have barred us being there, and even things like Airbnbs and Uber. It's the social credit scores being tested on us that China has, and they admit that. And so it's been horrible, and it has crippled the number of people we're able to reach. And again, the worst part is people in the establishment and the corporate media then can misrepresent what you've said on Twitter or Facebook, and you can't respond. That's why big newspapers have gotten rid of comments. They don't even want people to respond. When they gaslight people, they can just say whatever they want about you and cobble things together, and then you can't respond. They edit the tape, they air it, and then you can't go show them the tape.
He's right. But why are you in this position, Alex? He is right, though.
Of what really happened. And they make sure, that's their key, is that you can't ever respond. And then they steal your identity, basically. Then they build this demon out of bad things you did and good things you did. But the point is they magnify your faults, they blow it up, and then now they own you. They can say what they want about you. They can.
You already watched the part where I watched some of it. I want to see the full thing. Yeah, DSP's, he's angry at me. Dude, people can make their own goddamn decisions about what they do. They can. Kind of annoys me that if I can't talk about crypto. That's why I stopped talking about it. People agree. Here, hate saying it, but if you're ever influenced straight up to do something with your money by an entertainer, just don't do it. That's all I'm trying to say. Don't do it. He never liked me for a while. I think he tolerated me, probably because I was, probably because I was a member. I wonder if I didn't take away my membership, if he would even said any of that shit. I bet you he wouldn't have. Oh, Phil. Phil. What are you doing? What are you doing, Phil?
They can do what they want. They can falsely quote you, and they can basically do it with impunity. And it's next level 1984. So that's been the worst part about debanking, deplatforming, and all the persecution, and all the things that have come with it, is that you don't have a voice anymore in the utility that is the internet. Because these companies have utility protections. They're not publishers. That's how they're protected. And so they have immunity, basically, and then can say whatever they want. Everybody else can attack you on those platforms, but then you can't respond and defend yourself. So it's identity theft is what it is.
Let me...
I mean, the argument can be made that because they're so crucial, like YouTube, and they should be treated as utilities. There's the argument as staying a private corporation. He's not completely wrong here, but he is a piece of shit.
Switch.
And a lying piece of shit.
And we've touched on this.
To put out dangerous lies.
As you sit here today, what are your beliefs around the Sandy Hook school shooting?
Oh, I've certainly studied it now, and I should have done a better job studying it.
You idiot.
There was an initial cover-up of what happened, in my view, because the local government was covering its time like they've done in Uvalde. Those children really died, and they had a cover-up there. It's admitted. There's now state investigations of the cover-up. The Texas Rangers are on it. And the governor said it's an outrageous cover-up. And it's incompetent.
The cover-up, it's incompetence. You were saying that Sandy Hook didn't even happen. Shut up. You can't even compare. You can't compare the two. You were making up a lie. It didn't happen. The police were covering up their gross incompetence.
That's just what it was. And I thought it was incompetent what happened in Florida a few years ago. And well, I mean,
Sustained.
What's the question? Sorry.
My question was, as you sit here today, what is your position, your view on what happened, the murders at Sandy Hook Elementary School in 2012.
A young man on psychotropic drugs, and the inserts on those say it can make you do mass shootings, mass murders, as he says it on the insert.
I think we're coming really close to contempt here. We object again for hearsay.
Okay.
Sustained.
I'll move on.
You're asking what I think Sandy Hook happened, and I think it's a terrible event, and I think we need to protect our children from mentally ill psychopaths, and I think there was a cover-up because they had warnings, the FBI knew about it, they knew he was planning to attack the school, that's been in even the New York Times, and I think once that...
When to object again for
I don't
hearsay?
Well, right now, there's actually no question. You're just
Okay.
talking.
All right.
And this is not a conversation,
Okay.
and it's not a show, it's a question. Answer to the question asked of you.
Got it.
So that objection is sustained, and we need another question.
I'm wrapping up here. And
Because he's a fucking dumbass. Yeah, it's like he's using it as a way to plug his shit.
I want you to
Answer
tell
the
ladies
fucking
and
question,
gentlemen,
man.
what it is that you're trying to accomplish within Focus.
I'm trying to challenge the military-industrial complex. I'm trying to challenge the powerful international forces that I believe are taking control of our country. And I want to try to get people to ask questions and to not believe the official story and to try to investigate things for themselves. And I'm trying to promote American values of the First Amendment and of the people's right to think and to make decisions on their own, and for the public's right to be able to listen to what they want to listen to and watch what they want to watch and read what they want to read. And that's really what, in my view, this is all about, is the worst speech out there is, even if you disagree with it, even if it's the KKK and horrible people like Nazis, I want to protect their right, because if we take their right of speech away, we're going to end up all losing our rights. It is more than a slippery slope. And I regret that I, by my mistakes...
Objection non-responsive.
Sustained.
When you look back on your 20 plus years in the media, what are you most proud of?
I'm most proud of early on exposing that the WMDs weren't in Iraq and that it was a fraud and it was a lie. And I'm very, very...
Yeah, that's when you did some fucking journalism, Alex. Some.
proud of being the first to expose Jeffrey Epstein and his child trafficking rings. We're on record being the first to expose that a decade before anybody else by name. And even exposing the island and the rest of it from our sources. And I am proud of the fact that we have inspired a lot of great people and independent journalists that are doing great work. We've inspired a lot more good people than we have bad people. And, you know, I'm actually proud of the fact that I got a chance to...
Free speech doesn't mean you escape consequences for the shit you say, though.
have Neil and Scarlett come over to me and shake my hand and, you know, talk to me yesterday so I could tell them face to face that I'm sorry.
Sustained.
How come all these idiots think people should do their own research and ask questions when they themselves only spew garbage and conspiracy theories? We shouldn't believe mainstream, but Tucker and Jones are trustworthy. Yeah. It's the whataboutism. Oh, well, but you watch this and you watch... Like, dude, you can't say do your own research, but then you blindly believe somebody because that's the person you like.
Pass the witness.
All right. Mr. Bankson?
He ain't going to jail over his speech. He ain't going to jail. Fox has been sued. I believe MSNBC has been sued. Who's going to jail? He has his First Amendment rights, but people also have the right to sue him. And you know what's sad is even though he's going to owe a shit ton of money, it still was generally in the end probably profitable for him, and he doesn't care. And he'll make it back with like books, and the people who are diehard fans are going to think that this is him just being taken down by the globalists. They're going to buy his books and buy his documentaries and buy more of his fucking supplements. He's fine.
Mr. Jones, you see,
Sadly.
I got a lot to talk to you about. Before I do that, though, before I talk to you about the details of the history of this case, I want to know: you taking this trial seriously? Are you approaching it in good faith?
Absolutely.
Okay. The truth is,
He looked over to the side. He's full of shit.
you and your company want the world to believe that this judge is rigging this court proceeding to make sure that a script, a literal script, is being followed. That's what you want the world to believe, right?
Aren't I barred from talking about this?
I'm asking you the question, Mr. Jones. Answer
The
the
way court works is you answer a question until there's an objection.
question. Let me
Okay,
ask you the question again, Mr. Jones. Make sure you understand it very clearly. You and your company want the world to believe that this judge is rigging this court proceeding so that a script, and I mean a literal script, is being followed. That's what you want the world to believe. That's what InfoWars wants.
I believe when you're given a court order that you cannot say you're innocent, that that's not America, and the court order's right there on the table. I've been told I can't say I'm innocent.
So you need to answer the question that is asked.
I asked you this question. Yes or no, that's what you want the world to believe.
No, I believe the jury's real,
Okay.
and I believe that I'm innocent until proven guilty, and I believe a jury should decide my guilt.
Your Honor, at this time, we'd like to offer a clip from InfoWars on Friday for the purposes of...
Here we go. This is where the ride begins. Buckle up.
Try to relax your anus.
Those exact words you said.
Right? You have an objection?
Oh, shit.
I haven't seen the clip, Your Honor.
Interesting,
Do you
Adam.
want to see it before we play it?
I would.
All right. How long is it?
That one in particular, I think it's about 15 seconds.
Can you, is there some way to watch it without making the whole jury leave?
I guess we can maybe go outside the courtroom and Mr. Burnell.
Do you have the ability to do that? Is this-
Do you have the ability for me to show to outside the courtroom? Do you think that's not going to pose a problem for me?
He looks like that dude who played one of the hobbits in The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it'll take her a minute to unplug and plug back in.
All right, well, why don't we do this? Why don't we go ahead and let the jury take a morning break, so 20 minutes or less, maybe 15 minutes, and we'll make sure we get through as much that has to be done outside of the jury as possible before you come back. So go ahead and take the break. Remember my instructions.
All rise.
Isn't this where the Goins get into a fight?
Just shut the door for me. Everyone may be seated.
He's such a wall of a man.
So here's what I want to do. We can send
He's such an ape.
Mr. Jones into the hall if we need to. I don't know if you have other impeachment evidence. That I don't want to do this over and over and over and over.
Correct.
Okay.
I also do want to avoid, though, disclosing the impeachment evidence. I don't have to disclose to Mr. Reynal when he then gets a break to go talk to his client at some point about that. That's my other concern.
Well, you know, really, I'm the one who probably needs to see it.
I'm getting Reddit stuff from the corner. He is a Nazi. He's replying back. to Elon with links to his videos in case people like this. I have a YouTube channel full of news memes. Oh God, the quartering. You're such a cuck.
So why don't you send it to me and I'll watch it in chambers by myself?
Do you want me to send any video I might use for impeachment? Because it's pretty short. It's not long.
I was just gonna say, how long will it take?
I would probably take you 2 minutes to produce.
Yes, that'll be fine.
Okay.
All right.
Bird breath.
Mr. Jones, you can go down next to your counsel while we take this break. Yes, Mr. Reynolds.
I object to the process that has just been described between the court and the plaintiff's attorneys. I think it amounts to an ex parte communication.
So you want me to bring the jury in and out every time?
Well, if Mr. Bankston wants to keep playing little video clips that he got off the internet a week ago, yes.
Yeah, you know why he's doing that, because he's trying to de-incentivize them to try to show the evidence. Oh, do it. Go in and out every single time. Make their day miserable.
Impeachment purposes.
I understand, Your Honor. He's got 8 years, a decade of videos to play. It seems unnecessary, and if that's the process, that's the process.
My only other request, then, if we want to do it in a way in which Mr. Reynolds is allowed to see all of my impeachment evidence while Mr. Jones knowledge.
I have joined the quartering as a Nazi community, so I could join in on all the fun.
And is to sequester Mr. Reynolds and Mr. Jones and break in the testimony.
I don't think that that's appropriate either. I mean, I'm not going to discuss anything with Mr. Jones that I'm not supposed to.
Well, let's watch the one we've already talked about.
Okay.
So let's watch that one.
Can you,
the door is shut. Can we shut the door, Deputy, please, all the way?
Yeah.
Make sure.
Yes, 33.
No.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, I get it. I'm not sure that that's
I need to go to the bathroom anyways.
necessary. Okay, fine.
I need to take a massive
Is
leak.
that all right with you, Mr. Reynolds?
It's fine with me.
Okay. I'm not telling you to leave. You said you needed to use the restroom.
Why does he walk like fucking Danny DeVito from The Penguin? From Batman Returns. Either that or maybe he got a InfoWars log in his ass. Infowars.com in the ass. I gotta pee. I'm gonna get some coffee. So I'm gonna be a minute. It's already made coffee. Don't worry about it. Fuck, these birds are making me nervous. course it did that. Of course it did that.
Just shut the door for me. Everyone
Is this
may
when
be
he
seated.
pissed?
So here's what I want to do. We can say,
It's the social credit scores being tested on.
so here's what I want to do. We can send Mr. Jones into the hall if we
117.
need to. I don't know.
Thank you. God damn. Something brushed against the fucking mouse and it. Thank you. 3 months or yeah, actually 4 months. 4 months, thank you.
129 is admitted.
Appreciate it.
Can you display 129? Do you have the ability? The person on
Breasts.
the left of this image is our judge, correct?
Yes,
The person on the right is another judge you don't like, right?
yes.
Okay. One of the things you can take that down. One of the things you've been talking about a lot recently on your show, even within the past couple months, is your allegation that government officials are aiding in pedophilia, child trafficking, and the grooming of children, right?
You mean like what Jeffrey Epstein did with the Clintons?
Sure, if that's
Are you checking out the judge?
a yes, is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. And on Thursday, you and InfoWars started connecting those allegations to our judge, didn't you?
No.
In fact, Mr. Jones, you're telling the world not to believe what happens in this courtroom because the judge worked with Child Protective Services, who you say is involved with pedophilia and child trafficking, correct?
Not all of it, but it's the Texas Youth Commission got caught doing it a lot. There's been a lot of that here.
I'm not asking you that, Mr. Jones. I'm asking you, you're telling the world not to believe what's happened in this trial because this judge is involved with CPS, who is working with child traffickers and pedophilia, correct?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay. Your Honor, at this time, we would like to show a clip from Mr. Jones' show on Thursday where those words are said.
For impeachment purposes.
How much money for me to play Gex? How can I play it? $300.
For impeachment purposes, yes, Your Honor.
I'd like to hear the clip.
All right. Do we have a system or just the...
Go back
okay.
6 minutes, someone's saying?
Yes.
Oh shit, yeah, we missed some stuff. Cool.
And it won't...
That's what Mr. Jones now understand. Is
You did miss some stuff.
Going on, Mr. Jones, and any break in the testimony.
I don't think that that's appropriate.
GOG
either.
has
I'm not
Gex?
gonna discuss
Okay.
anything with Mr. Jones that I'm not supposed to.
Is it a good game? Yeah, 300 I'll play it. I'll play the whole thing.
Let's watch the one we've already talked about.
Okay.
So let's watch that one.
Can you...
The door is shut. Can we shut the door, Deputy, please, all the way? Make sure.
Yes, 33.
Gifted Kong Vang. Thank you very much. Gifting 5 memberships. I appreciate it.
No.
Oh,
yeah.
we-
Oh, I guess.
Your Honor.
I'm not sure that that's
I need to go to the bathroom.
necessary. Okay, fine.
You gotta go. I gotta take a dope anyway. How is the? I've never tried coffee, brand coffee, and I never will. I got some good news. Rich, my aunt that was battling cancer, won her battle with cancer and just found out recently. Congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Is that all right with you, Mr. Reno?
It's fine with me.
Okay.
You tell me I'm gonna wait all night.
I'm not telling you to leave. You said you needed to use the restroom.
Oh.
Yeah, do you have a pair of earphones? Well, she wants to see it.
That's what I'm saying, their future.
Okay, sure. We'll just do this one this way. You want to do PBX 33 for me?
6 seltzers and 2 tumblers of coffee. Gee, Rich, why do you piss so much? I have no idea. I don't drink like this throughout the day either. Insta hard. Oh man, get your Insta hard.
No problem.
Before you even open up the jar, your dick is erect.
That's why the judge is rigging the court proceeding to make sure that the script, this is literally a script gets told in a certain way for future audiences.
And that will definitely be allowed for impeachment.
Your Honor. Would you...
It's free speech systems.
Okay, you know, you're right. Yeah.
I mean,
Okay. I heard him say you were on your show saying these things, but
we can go back, but he said your company.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And I think, Your Honor, maybe a way we can do this, and we'll see if Ms. Rick and all can agree to this, is that we can have Mr. Burnell come back and listen to it on your phone as contemporary testimony.
As long as it doesn't play.
You need Insta-saw?
In the courtroom loud.
Yeah, I mean.
TSP is begging for tips on his stream right now. All right. Breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news. Philip Burnell's a man.
Of this game, the fact that they did not program it well for this beta, and the fact that people can non-stop send you messages for game invites. I actually got a suggestion. Someone said maybe if you put a piece of like printer paper over it, it would juice a week for my gout condition. So you've paid for one of them. Thank you for the first tip of the night. Only Iced Infinite. Appreciate that. Okay. Yes, I hope the Pac-Man Ghost looks good, although admittedly I know it doesn't look great. I actually got a suggestion. Someone said maybe if you put a piece of like printer paper over it, it would maybe stop the overabundance of light. It would maybe like muffle the light and look a little better. I'm not sure. I could try that, but all right, you guys ready? Guys, due to the nonsensical nature of this game, the fact that they did not program it well for this beta, and the fact that people can non-stop send you messages for game invites, and we redesigned it this morning. Between today and hopefully tomorrow, they'll be done. And that's good because one's due Monday, one's due Tuesday. But that means basically for the rest of my streaming week, I need to try to raise funds for my day off on Tuesday. All right. So anyone who supports the stream tonight, thank you in advance. But if you can tip me, tipping. I had unlocked him last time. I didn't have much time to play with him. Now I'm going to have a whole night to use him.
Let's see what he
Pretty
says.
Cool. Okay. All right, Rich, goodbye. Enjoy your permanent ban and don't come back to my streams. Fuck off. Okay. Being a fucking idiot going to cause problems. All right, goodbye. Here we go. This is new. After leaving an existing...
Here's Phil to tell you more. What did I say there that was so vile? What? You see it. That's why I typed it. Okay. Good luck, Phil. Good luck out there, champ. Back to Alex.
I mean, the truth is...
Oh, no, it won't end. Do you think it'll... Look at what just happened. Do you think it's ever going to end? Do you think Phil is ever... Do you think he's going to wake up one day and be self-aware?
It's for impeachment. I don't know what it is. Obviously, I haven't seen any of them.
Right.
So...
It probably won't be that helpful till you see the question.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think maybe the way we can do it is if you can figure out a way to let us and all listen to it on headphones at the stand.
We might need to practice that.
Yeah, can you see if we can do that? Because I don't want to, she's right, I don't want to blare out the court. Do we have a way to.
Just try it with this clip we just watched. And it would have to not show at the same time, right? Like it can't.
I think that's probably pretty true. Well, yeah, I think that's right.
And what I think it is, I see people talking about it, is he knows that he can't accept it. I think deep down he knows that's what he needs to do, but he just can't do it. He can't. And honestly, it kind of ties into that Secret Unlimited video. Maybe that's why he can't do it. So a lot of PayPal transactions in there. Where does the money go when he gets tipped? It goes to PayPal, I believe. So there you go. What's 197?
Headphones. I'd rather use my headphones than their headphones if they'll come out.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really, are people not donating? Because look, man, you want to donate to him, donate. That was I didn't even think. That wasn't even the reason I was doing it. I don't really think it would make a difference.
Are they Bluetooth and stuff now?
Yeah, they're Apple.
Wait, he deleted it too? All right there, man. Though, no wonder why he went on the quartering for a fucking interview. He deleted it too?
Okay, can you get them connected to him? I just don't want to.
Well, he wants to get his own.
Oh, I love this job sometimes. I really do.
Oh, and you don't want him to do that.
No, I just want to make
That's
sure it
fine,
doesn't
I
mess up
understand
their-
that. That's fine, we'll just take a break. Mr. Reynolds will stand up and say, don't play it, and I'll make the jury go in the back. And we'll do it 900 times. I'm sure they will love that.
Fine with me,
All right. Oh, my tech,
Yeah. The defense should think about that real hard. People don't like jury duty to begin with. People don't like Alex Jones. You wasting a lot of their time is they're still humans, and they're going to be thinking negative thoughts about you and about Alex.
said they may have some packaged headphones.
Yeah, I know he demanded an apology. I will apologize to him when he tongue twists my asshole after I haven't showered for 3 days. I hope to God that never happens. That's my point.
Does sound like they have a cord. Does your computer have a input for a cord? All of this part does not need to be on the record. I'm so sorry, Mr. Walker, not telling you off the record. The hardest working person in the courtroom. So we're ready. We're ready for the jury to come back. Okay.
Yeah. I would get very emotional if you made me go in and out every fucking and made the trial last like 10 times longer. I would get emotional. Like emotional like I would try to fuck you over legally.
We're ready. Although, you know what? It's 10:18. Let's just, everyone just take a break. 10 minutes, no more, if we can possibly manage it.
Why aren't you a fan of the judge? She's like a saint with the shit that she's dealing with here.
All rise.
All right, you may be seated. And Mr. Bankston, I think we left off. You can just start right back where you were.
Sure, Your Honor. At this point, we would like to offer for impeachment purposes a video from...
When have I begged? I know you're looking to spur a response from me, but that's okay. I'll take the bait. When did I beg? I want video evidence of when I've begged. You could send the link to Twitter. As a matter of fact, I will give you a minute and I will put on the "Is It You" blah 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 music. Oh, of course they are. Of course they are. He doesn't realize that makes him look worse. You know, at the real RTU. Here. Send me a link. We have, all right, we'll do 20 seconds. I'll add some breasts.
Breasts. Breasts.
Oh. Sorry. He was talking about Phil. I'm sorry. You're the new bird. I'm going to blame you for everything. You understand me? Your head smells like cardboard.
InfoWars on Friday, July 29th.
All right.
Let's go ahead and play that.
So that's why the judge is rigging the court proceeding to make sure that the script, this is literally a script gets told in a certain way for future audiences.
That's so disgusting.
Yes.
Okay. That's InfoWars?
Yes.
He was hosting your show on the 29th?
Yes.
Well, you were on the show for part of the 29th, correct? You were in the courtroom part of it, on your show part of it.
I believe so.
Okay. And Mr. Barnes, he's a frequent anchor on InfoWars?
He's been a frequent guest for about 6 years or so.
He's also represented you in this case as an attorney?
Yes.
Okay. You say, Mr. Jones, that you're taking these court proceedings seriously. You're approaching them in good faith. But the truth of the matter is, you've been broadcasting repeatedly a picture of our judge on fire, haven't you?
Objection compound, Your Honor.
No.
You have to wait till the court rules.
Oh.
Overruled. There was a statement and then a question.
Mr. Jones, I'm going to hand you
Yeah, how do you think she's going to... Come on, man.
what I've marked as Plaintiff's Exhibit 129.
I love that Insta-hard
It's your show,
ad.
isn't it?
That's Justice on Fire.
Huh, okay. That's from your show, isn't it?
Yes, I haven't seen this.
And you've been running
Yes, I haven't seen this. It's just my show, but I haven't seen
this
it.
video repeatedly, haven't you?
No, I've not been there all the time.
You haven't been there a lot of the time. You've been there every day this last week, haven't you? Every single day.
No, I taped some of the shows. No, I've been there today.
Your Honor, I'd like to move 130 to 129 into evidence.
Is this impeachment evidence? Is this I'm not exactly sure what Mr. Bankston wants to do with.
I think he wants to impeach Mr. Jones with it.
Does he want to introduce it? Is it just to show to the jury, or does he want it to
No, I
go
think
into evidence?
I'm first moving to
moved it
admit it as
into
evidence.
evidence. He's moving that it be accepted into evidence. Do you have an objection?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is the legal objection?
401, 403.
Can I see it, please?
Yes, you may, Your Honor.
Plaintiff's 129 is admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Can you display 129? Do you have the ability? The person on the left of this image is our judge, correct?
Yes.
The person on the
What a fucking spaz. Why would you do this while you're in the... But that's what his base wants, man. He'll make more money from his psychopaths than he'll lose in this lawsuit. I guarantee you.
right is another judge you don't like.
And that's scary.
Yes.
Okay. One of the things, you can take that down. One of the things you've been talking about a lot recently on your show, even within the past couple months, is your allegation that government officials are aiding in pedophilia, child trafficking, and the grooming of children, right?
You mean like what Jeffrey Epstein did with the Clintons?
Sure, if that's a yes, is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. And on Thursday,
It's amazing.
you and InfoWars started connecting those allegations to our judge, didn't you?
No.
In fact, Mr. Jones, you're telling the world not to believe what happens in this courtroom because the judge worked with Child Protective Services, who you say is involved with pedophilia and child trafficking, correct?
Not all of it, but it's the Texas Youth Commission got caught doing it a lot. There's been a lot of that here.
I'm not asking you that, Mr. Jones. I'm asking you, you're telling the world not to believe what's happened in this trial because this judge is involved with CPS, who is working with child traffickers and pedophilia, correct?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay. Your Honor, at this time, we would like to show a clip from Mr. Jones' show on Thursday where those words are said.
For impeachment
For
purposes?
impeachment purposes, yes, Your Honor.
I'd like to hear the clip.
All right. Do we have a system or just the, okay.
Yeah, it's not going to come up on.
Is that an Alienware computer? I think it is. Yo, is that an Alienware computer? Is they gaming in a? How much you would have bet some of the? Well, I already
It
answered
won't
that
show
one.
yet,
Yeah,
right?
sure, it doesn't show on screen.
She's playing some Valorant. The RGB makes it faster, yes.
We'd argue this is impeachment on a collateral matter. Not appropriate to get into improper impeachment.
Well, those are two different objections and a statement. So is it impeachment on a collateral matter or an improper impeachment?
It is an improper impeachment because it is on a collateral matter.
And the collateral matter is what he's saying about me.
Correct.
And the question is about whether he's taking this seriously.
Correct.
Overruled.
Thank you, Your Honor. This time, we show PBX 34.
You think they would have thought this through? I mean, again, I guess the money's worth more than the damages to InfoWars, because this is the bullshit that their audience eats up. Oh yeah, he banned me real fast. You don't stay, and especially now because I'm not financially put it into his pot, asking a real question. Oh, absolutely, Darby, 110%. I always bring up like Peter Popoff and all those preachers too who've been caught doing scams and people still blindly believe him.
Judge Maya Gamble comes from CPS, who has been exposed for human trafficking and working with pedophiles.
That's what you mean when you say
Working with pedophiles. That's not the same as what you said, Alex. You said she, the way that was worded, it sounded like she was working with pedophiles. Alex Jones, fucking Quantum TV.
I take this as serious as cancer. And, I mean, I don't know, you show somebody else's clip that they're always a few seconds long. Why don't you play the whole thing?
Mr. Jones, that's not someone else's clip, is it?
Well, I didn't direct it or produce it, what I'm saying. I mean, it's
your fucking company, you spaz. Oh, yeah, of course, back and forth. This is insane. Imagine shit talking to judge having the same judge later. Gotta be really awkward. I'm sure they're like, well, you know how many hundreds of millions we're going to make off this case even though if we lose 50 million?
Certainly published it.
I'm not standing behind it. I have to see the full thing.
So you don't stand by the things you publish about our judge on your show repeatedly, day
No,
after
no, I
day.
said I don't not stand behind it. I need to see not just 5-second clips.
Well, we can talk about what you said before that.
Can you play, how long's the clip? Can you play the whole clip?
Mr. Jones, you're not asking questions today. You understand that, sir?
Oh, I thought I could ask to see a full document. If somebody showed me something, I could see what it was.
This is a question from the lawyer, answer from the witness.
Okay.
Not the other way around.
The only thing I want to ask you about is not all the other weird stuff you said in that video. I just wanted to ask you about the question that I asked you, which you said no, I'm not saying the judge is connected to pedophile and child trafficking. This is you taking this trial seriously and in good faith? That's what this is?
It's a 5-second clip. I don't know what you've cut off or on.
Does it matter? Is there anything before and after that that would make it great to
Yeah,
show pictures
seriously.
of our judge on fire and telling the world she's involved in pedophile? Can you tell me the context that would occur before or after that makes that great?
Yeah. She was involved. She was directly involved with working with pedophiles, but she makes a delicious quiche. Fuck off, Alex. Oh, god damn.
Excuse me, sorry.
I believe you, if you're only wanting to go off 5 seconds, I believe the thing is, the judge is the fire burning Lady Liberty.
In 2077, what makes someone a criminal? Getting cock.
It's not the judge. The judge is consuming freedom.
Wouldn't you agree with me, Mr. Jones, that
Dude, it's a civil case.
sure hope some of your viewers are able to make that distinction that you just put on the air, don't you?
Object to the
All I know is,
stipulation, Your Honor.
is
Withdrawn.
that I take this very
Sustained
serious.
and withdrawn, so stop.
Tell this jury you're taking this trial seriously. But you're telling the world that someone inside Travis County government rigged the jury summons and picked these jurors specifically who don't know what planet they are on. Correct? That's what you're telling the world.
I'm saying that could potentially be a danger if they don't know what's going on.
I think that's potentially is what you're saying. Potentially. You didn't go on your show and say those words is what you're going to tell me.
Can you show me?
I would be happy to. For
Please
the
do.
purposes of impeachment, we would like to now offer a video
Captain Perjury over here.
from Mrs. Drone's show on Friday saying those words.
Your shoulders 5 times, sure.
Your shoulders, your shoulders, your shoulders, your shoulders, your shoulders.
Breasts.
That man ain't right. I can't do, intro guy can do, what's his name? Hank Hill.
Hand jobs all around.
We object to impeachment on a collateral matter in 403, Your Honor.
Overruled.
This time, let's go ahead and play that video PDX 35.
Yeah, a lot of people are awake to the New World Order, but they're experts in leftist jurisdictions in sending out jury summons and hitting, let's just say this, extremely blue-collar folks. I mean, half that jury panel does not know who I am. They said that, and when they
Wouldn't you not want them to know who you are? Wouldn't that make them more impartial?
were asked during the jury panel.
What the hell?
Do you believe the media has ever got anything wrong about Alex Jones? They all unanimously said no. So it's people do live in all these different bubbles. And there's the bubbles that are awake and the bubbles that are questioning.
Makes
but
no
then there's
sense,
the blue
dude.
city bubbles, where people do not know what
Blue City Bubbles.
planet they are
It's
on.
his new band.
Mr. Jones, you don't like that this jury is made up of blue-collar folk. You think that's wrong?
No, I don't think that.
You don't think they know what planet they're on?
I'm saying some
Not
people,
now, but
like you
yes.
said in your opening statements, that live in bubbles. We all live in bubbles. And if people live in a mainstream media bubble, they might not have ever seen what I really say or done. That's what I was saying.
I understand that you've been unable to attend a good portion of this trial due to a malformation. Is that correct?
Yeah, why is he still covering it? Why is he not? He has to get in legal trouble for that, man. It'd be nuts if he didn't.
Only a few, some of it, yes.
Sure. And you told the press outside of this courthouse that it was because of an untreated hernia?
Well, I'm going to have to get that taken care of and a
Your
bunch
Honor.
of other stuff.
It's absolutely inappropriate for Mr. Bankston to question Mr. Jones about his health issues. He wasn't under subpoena. He didn't have to be here. It's private information, what is right or wrong with his health.
It wasn't private.
Okay. Mr. Jones has the right to talk about his health with anyone he wants. We don't. Other people don't. You can talk to him about attendance. He's not required to be here. It's his choice. But let's not go into his. Let's move on.
I hear you, Your Honor. That's
There
fine.
wasn't a real legal objection. It's kind of a.
Okay. You've been on your show most of last week, pretty much every day last week?
I did an hour here. I taped some as well.
Okay. And you've been screaming and yelling on your show, right?
Yes, just like the media's been doing that.
Okay.
No, the media lies. I agree, but no, Alex, there ain't anyone who yells like you on your fucking show, bro.
You've been coughing on your show, have you? All these coughs in court, they don't happen on the full hour of your show. You don't ever cough, right?
I mean, I've got cough drops right here in my pocket. I've got laryngitis and a torn larynx. I mean, it comes and goes. It starts burning, and then it's uncontrollable. And I have actually been coughing a lot on air. If you guys have been watching my show, we'll have a cough button. I can step on it.
What is Paul Joseph Watson gonna do with his popping dog? Doesn't he have his own YouTube channel where he's doing like all the get woke go broke shit anyway?
Cough. There's a button I step on, and I've been hacking and coughing. It's 100% real.
You were talking about how you've done thousands of hours of programming, right?
More than that over the years, yes.
Not all of it's been about Sandy Hook, right? You talk about a lot of other stuff, right?
Oh, in our estimation, over 99+% has not been Sandy Hook.
I want to talk about some of that other stuff. Boston bombing. You said it was fake, a DHS drill.
Your Honor, we're going to object 403. No relevance to Sandy.
How does it not have relevance?
We can get into it some because it's been already introduced. Some.
Well, I'm going to show the pattern here. You talked to Boston bombing. You've been telling the world, fake, not real. A Department of Homeland Security drill, right?
There was a drill. I think real people got bombed. But we've asked questions on both sides here.
Yeah, you said the exact opposite. You've in fact said that some of those people who were claimed to be injured were crisis actors in other tragedies. Just like in Sandy Hook, you said.
And we reported on other people saying that.
In fact, you've said about some of the people at Sandy Hook. During your coverage of Sandy Hook, you have said they were actually some of the people pretending to be injured in the Boston bombing. You said that.
I don't remember
Yes,
that.
he did. I remember that. I remember that.
Okay. Shooting of Representative Gabrielle Giffords. You remember when that happened in Arizona?
Yes.
Okay, and you said that was a government mind control operation, right?
I said the guy fit the bill.
Did you say he fit the bill, or did you tell your audience explicitly that was a government mind control operation? What did you do?
I didn't know you were going to bring this up. That was a long time ago.
What about the Sutherland Springs church shooting just down the road from here? That wasn't that long ago. You said that that was fake, an Antifa.
Is there anyone here who still truly defends Alex Jones? Honestly. I mean, I'm going to say no trolling, but of course people are going to troll. Like, you genuinely still buy into his shit? I'm just curious. I'm not going to get straight answers, so I don't even know why I asked.
But false flag, staged operation, right?
I only buy Instahard. You win.
I believe you said that happened. Good question, like Uvalde, everybody's questioning that.
Donald
But
Trump.
Oklahoma City said that's a false flag inside job.
Absolutely. I've interviewed the police officers and others that were there, found the other bombs inside. They've been on my show.
You remember the shooting in Parkland, Florida in 2018?
Yes.
And you called a bunch of people crisis actors there. You said crisis actors were used in Parkland, Florida, right?
No, I didn't. I said they had the film, the drama club then go do interviews about it because they had skills to present themselves. I said that I believed that happened.
High
and I had
school
students
drama
on
club.
The day
You ever see actors in a high school drama club? They don't have skill.
after the shooting, saying it happened and that there had been a police stand down, and then CNN said I'd had actors on, and it wasn't true. I had real people.
You don't remember saying on the day of and the next day that it was a false flag engineered to start a civil war? Did you say that about Parkland?
They knew about the young deranged man he was known as School Shooter. That was his nickname, and he was kicked out of school for threats at the time, and he was again left alone.
Sustained.
Mr. Jones, I asked you that day and the day after, do you remember saying that Parkland was a false flag engineered to start a civil war?
I said it could. I mean, I believe it could be.
Okay. Las Vegas, the shooting there at the concert, said that's a false flag government operation, right?
Well, a lot of people have questions about Vegas. I mean, that was.
So, Mr. Jones, sustained. Mr. Jones, I know you want to tell what you want to tell us, but this is a question and answer. And so, just like Mr. Reynal can ask you questions later, and you'll get to answer them right now, you have to just listen to the question that Mr. Bankston asked you, and just answer that question.
Okay.
All right, let's try again.
Las Vegas shooting, you said it's a false flag government operation.
DSP's load.
I'm going to object 4-3 again. I think we've done enough down this road, John.
We'll finish with this one.
Okay.
I believe it should be investigated.
Would you agree with me that there is not a mass tragedy, mass bombing, mass shooting that has occurred in America in the past 15 years that you have not attached the words false flag?
I have asked the question because I believe a lot of things are provocateur and are allowed to happen. I believe children died in Uvalde, and
Objection, non-responsive.
okay,
Sustained.
Mr. Jones, please listen to my question. It's a
Okay.
very, very simple question. Okay. You would agree with me that every single mass tragedy, mass shooting, mass bombing that you can recall right now in the past 15 years, you have attached the words false flag to it. Yes or no?
no.
Okay. You remember yesterday you were testifying about what the word synthetic means over on that board?
Yes.
Okay, and you testified that when you use the term synthetic, that means real stuff happened, but that it was being provocatorized with provocateurs, right?
It can mean both, but yes, generally.
Okay. Well, I'd like to show you right now from the Plaintiff's Exhibit 13A, Plaintiff's Video Exhibit 13A in evidence, an example of you talking about something being synthetic. So can we play Plaintiff's Video Exhibit 13A?
When you're trying to decipher cloak and dagger, dirty tricks, it's pretty hard to do. It's just that when you
He's like, fuck.
then you learn that they were funded by Western funding. Then you learn that it was the same Amarillo Lockheed Connection underwear bomber. Then those are big red flags that they were patsy provocateurs. The classic MO has been followed. And then, it kind of becomes a red herring, to say the whole thing was staged. Because they have staged events before, but then you learn the school had been closed and reopened, and you got video of the kids going in circles in and out of the building, and they don't call the rescue choppers for 2 hours, and then they tear the building down and seal it, and they get caught using blue screens, and a email by Bloomberg comes out in the lawsuit where he's telling his people, get ready in the next 24 hours to capitalize on a shooting. Yeah,
Twitter.
so Sandy Hook is a synthetic, completely fake, with actors, in my view, manufactured. I couldn't believe it at first. I knew they had actors there, clearly, but I thought they killed some real kids. And it just shows how bold they are, that they clearly used actors. I mean, they even ended up using
Oh my God.
photos of kids killed in mass shootings here in a fake mass shooting in Turkey. So, yeah, or Pakistan. The sky is now the limit. I appreciate your call.
Now, I think you'll agree with me, Mr. Jones, that when you were testifying yesterday about what the term synthetic means, you did not tell the jury.
They may have
it can mean
breasts.
both.
Jedi have
You
Moses.
told them, would you agree with me, that it means something really happened. That's what you mean. That's what you said yesterday?
No. No, I'm saying that's totally synthetic. Back at the time for that 1 year, I was saying that it totally didn't happen in like 2014 or whatever it was.
Rejection non-responsive.
No, I mean, that's not.
Okay, after the beginning, sustained.
We'll move on. Let's talk about Jim Fetzer for a minute. All right, I believe you just testified that you figured out Jim Fetzer was a little nutty. You came to that conclusion. All right?
Yes.
Around 2015? That's what you testified to?
I don't remember the exact dates.
Well, you just got it. You seem to remember pretty well when Mr. Reynal was testifying that you apparently put a ban on Sandy Hook coverage in 2015, right?
Objection, compound.
I told him I can't remember. I had notes. I can't.
Okay, when you hear objection, that means you wait. Objection, compound,
Yeah, we began with Fetzer and we ended with.
sustain. You do one question
Sure,
at a time, please,
sure.
Mr. Bankston.
By 2015, you claiming you put a ban on Sandy Hook stuff, right? Just testified to that?
I believe that's around the time I told people to stop covering it.
And you knew Fetzer by that time. You figured out he was not well, right?
Yes.
And were you here for the...
I want him just to shave his fucking beard and his head. Imagine what he would look like. He would look like if someone drew a face on Silly Putty.
Representative Brittany Paz, I don't know if you were here for that.
No, I wasn't.
Okay. Were you aware, either from seeing her testimony at an earlier point, or from hearing about it secondhand, were you aware that she testified that at the time the company was using Jim Fetzer's material, that they knew he was not a well man? Did you see that testimony?
I didn't see that testimony.
Okay, if Ms. Paz testified to that, if your corporate representative got up here and testified, when we were using Fetzer's stuff, we knew he was not credible, would you disagree with that? Is she telling the truth?
I mean, I think she would have to be mistaken. We didn't have a corporate rep, so we went and hired someone to come look at all our books and everything and try to figure out what was going on. So, but no, I mean, I never interviewed Fetzer on that. None of us interviewed him on Sandy Hook. So, did we cover a news article that might have had a quote by him or something in it? I
He'd look like a big toe. Yeah.
saw that, but we weren't closely associated with him at that time, is my memory.
Again, objection on this one.
Sustained.
With respect to Mr. Halbig, I believe you testified also just now. You figured out he was crazy in 2015. Right?
Sometime around then, yeah.
Okay. And in fact, though, did you see Mrs. Paz's testimony? Where she said the company received emails from Wolfgang Halbig as early as 2014 that they thanked him for, that they knew were crazy. Did you see that testimony?
I did not see that testimony.
Okay, and you understand that she talked to all your employees, right? Like she went and interviewed people and figured out what they thought about Mr. Halbig. You understand that happened?
That's what we hired her to do.
She talked to you too, right?
Yes.
And she went in there and testified.
Rich, it is difficult being a fan of your content when you show yourself to be a biased, opinionated fool. Where am I being biased here? We get it. You think you are virtue signaling by hating on your daddy, Alex Jones. Hating on my daddy? You're not even making sense. When was he ever my daddy? Anyway, I gotta piss. I'll be right back. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I got it. No, Daddy, no. Then give me yes, of course.
No, Daddy, no.
Try to relax your anus.
Under oath on behalf of the company that the company in 2014 knew he was crazy and was thanking him for the things he was providing at work.
Well,
Either subscribe, donate, or get the fuck out.
that's not my understanding of it, so.
Okay. Well, at least you here saying that you knew by 2015 he was crazy. So certainly we shouldn't see any things that Mr. Halbig said on your show after 2015, should we?
I told you that the dates all blur together.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll never get the Richie and Phil show. The show that would had it went from having a 0% chance to happening to now a negative 100% chance of happening.
So, good man. Maybe just yesterday you realized Mr. Halbig was going to be a huge liar.
Time is it now?
Right?
No, it was a long time ago.
Okay.
All right, yeah, guys, it's 3 hours. I got my kiddos tomorrow. So we'll finish this tomorrow evening, probably. Regular chat, super chat, appreciate all you guys. I'm going to head to bed. I'll see you guys tomorrow with a video, probably a stream. Try to relax your anus.